All right, we're back for game number 2. Just posting something on Facebook so people know where to go. Welcome to Hate Watch, says Rowdy Eggplant. Man, I'm still reeling from that Buffalo Bills game. I can't believe the stupid Bills are still in the playoffs. I was so confident that they weren't going to be. I was absolutely confident the Bills weren't going to be in the playoffs after today. But here we are. We're dropping the entire Golden Gate Bridge right on top of where Benjamin Franklin's house used to be, says Rowdy Eggplant. Let me get Rowdy's belt up. He's here for the stream. His belt goes right where it should be. We're going to make it nice, large, and in charge right now while he's the only champion representing. Brandon Smith, what's going on? So for this game, we do have a preview, so I'm going to bring out the Cloak of Invisibility again so you can see the score preview. There we go. 19-17. I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to win. I'm probably wrong. I was wrong last game. Today might not go as well as yesterday's undefeated streak for me in terms of predictions, but we'll see. We'll see. I didn't see the Glenn's fault option before I voted. So you got to pay close attention. This is Aaron Glenn's fault. Everything is Aaron Glenn's fault. Josh Allen winning today is probably Aaron Glenn's fault. Probably. You never know. Oh, man. Second game of the evening. That first game went probably pretty quickly, I feel. But it was a good game. It was a good game. Man. Sucks that Jacksonville couldn't pull it out. Buffalo can't keep getting lucky like this over and over again, right? Here we are. Game 2 of Wild Card Weekend. They are announcing people. The number 3 Philadelphia Eagles taking on the number 6 San Francisco 49ers. Stupid Tom Brady's there, smiling like an idiot. Did I spell Rowdy's last name wrong? Wait a minute, did I? Oh, wow, I did spell his name wrong. Hold on. I have it spelled wrong everywhere. Hold on. What is going on? Jeez. Hold on. Let me fix all of this. I don't know how I did that, Rowdy. I apologize. I wholeheartedly apologize for my idiocy. Plaid, not planned. Unless he changed it, but I don't think he did. So let's get that updated everywhere. We're going to get it updated on the belt. Going to get it updated on screen. Rowdy Eggplant. All right. He is your television champion. Where is that? All right. Hold on. They got the Demonverse champion. Offering low. There it is. Okay. That's going to be corrected there. I got to correct it on the actual belt itself. Give me a moment. That'll happen. We are getting ready. Eagles, Niners. I picked the Niners to win this game. I don't know how confident I feel about it. I felt more confident than I do right now for some reason. I think it's because of the Bills. Now, all of a sudden, I don't feel confident in my predictions because of stupid Josh Allen. This is the stuff that he does to me. He's insufferable. He is insufferable. Let's get Rowdy's name updated on his title, corrected right away. Thank you for pointing this stuff out. If you see anything that's misspelled anywhere, I also got to change Mike Causey's thing there because there's going to be a new top stream donator, I believe. Hold on. But I had a little break, had some crackers. There we go. The Rowdy's name is fixed everywhere. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Very curious to see how the Eagles play today. If the Eagles lose, so John Harbaugh is probably going to pick a team this week. It doesn't look like he's going to pick the Buffalo Bills. So the Bills might have just screwed themselves out of a better coach, which is good. That might be good. Maybe that's the thing that I should be rooting for, is the Buffalo Bills to screw themselves out of a better coach. Because I don't think Sean McDermott is is the guy. But hey, I mean, can't argue with results, I guess. What's up, PFD fam? Let's go Bird, says the logo creator. Thank you, Emily, for pointing that out. Notice the double A. Yeah, I hope Brock Purdy stays healthy, but I also hope the great Mac Jones makes an appearance. That might be hard. So Brock Purdy would either have to get injured or play horribly, and both things would not be great. Because I kind of don't want the Eagles to win this game, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Connor McKay's here. My favorite Jets fan as a Patriots fan from the UK. What's going on, Connor? Connor's over on Facebook. His favorite Jets fan. I like that. I am everybody's favorite Jets fan, I think. They probably have a chance at a Super Bowl ring finally. If it means they miss out on a coach, a Lombardi trophy is worth it. I don't think Buffalo has a chance at the Super Bowl. I really don't. I don't think they're going to get there. If they have to go through the Patriots again, I think the Patriots are going to roll them. I just don't see them getting there. But, I mean, with the way the season has gone, nothing would shock me. Nothing would shock me. All of these games have been won by a field goal. Yeah, these games have been close. These games have been close. We got this game, we got the Patriots game, and then tomorrow night's going to be a good game too. We got the Steelers and the Texans. So then we get a week of content and more football. Closing it out next Monday night with some college football. And then get some more playoff football after that. So we've got some pretty busy weekends up ahead. Maybe the Niners will play so well, Coach Shanahan has to put them in. That's a good way to look at it, Ashley. The Niners are just dominating so badly, they're like, why not put the great Mac Jones in and try to run the score up? I like that. I totally like that. Very good way to look at it. Let's see what this poll is. 8% of the people have said this is Aaron Glenn's fault. That's refreshing. That is refreshing. PFA is on her way back. So let me ask you guys, though. I'm going to wait until more people get here, but I'm going to put a poll in the chat. I'm going to get rid of this Aaron Glenn poll. Did you remember to hit the like button? We've got 8 likes already? Whatever. If you don't like the stream, you don't like the stream. But whatever. I have something more pressing that I want to put in the chat. This is a fantasy football question for those who like fantasy football. This is a dynasty question. Dynasty super flex. Give the 26 All right. Let's start this poll. Dynasty Superflex question. Give up the 26-1-1 for Shador, the 1-4. Happy PFA, happy PFD. That is correct. Here we go. Are we starting the game? All right, no, they're not starting the game yet. It is 4:40 and they have not started the game yet. So at least I'm not late. Yesterday I was late for the start of the Packers-Bears game. This game is in Philadelphia. It's probably cold over there. I think it's in the 30s. Getting ready to start the kickoff, so I am going to... We got first quarter up. Tim Rinaldi's there. What's going on, Tim? All right, 6 concurrents over on Facebook. Hey, join us on YouTube. Join the live chat. Get your comments highlighted. Good to see everybody joining the stream. Philadelphia. So I got a score prediction. Let me show you guys. Look at that. There's a score prediction. I got the Niners winning. I know it's not popular. I just feel like they're going to pull it off somehow. We'll see. Could be wrong. Trent Williams is going to play. He is all suited up. He's got the C on his chest for captain. Go Birds is in the stands. And there is Brock Purdy, wishing he was Mac Jones. We've got game 2 upon us as we are about to begin. Christian McCaffrey. James Frank says, I had Shador on my bench for a bunch of weeks because he wasn't the starter, obviously. But, man, I put him in when they played the Raiders, and he won me that week. Wow. Most people are saying no. That's what I'm leaning. I'm leaning no. Got 5 votes. I need help in that league. I got the 1-1, obviously, but I also have the 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So I have a lot of picks in the first round. I think getting myself some Jeremiah Love could be the ticket to turning that team around. I also have Jaden Daniels and what's his name? Michael Penix. So I heard if Philadelphia loses, that Nick Sirianni loses out. Possible. The OC is already on thin ice. Yeah, I think if Harbaugh is ready, I think Nick Sirianni could be out. And here we go. San Francisco will take over at the 24-yard line. So I think LaFleur is going to get fired. I don't know. Oh man, like I think it's possible. But if I had to bet, I would say no. I would say no. How do I get this stupid poll to go away? You just click on it. I think if you just click on it, it'll go away. Super Dave says, hello again, everyone. What's going on? Emily Brandt says he better be. So, James, Emily is a Packers fan. James, who are you a fan of, by the way? Are you a Packers fan? Here we go. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, too. That really helps out people like yours truly. Christian McCaffrey gets stuffed for a loss of 2, 2nd and 12 coming up. Now, I know the Eagles are going to zone in on him. That'd be crazy. 2 years out from winning the Super Bowl and he's out. Oh, it's not like Philly hasn't done that before, though. I mean, look at their recent history. They beat the Patriots, and they moved on from Doug Peterson. So, it has happened. Over the middle, DeMarcus Robinson is down at the 30. Gets it to the 20. What? Oh, to the 15. Sorry. What a play by Brock Purdy. Wow. Wow. Seems like we never left, says Sean Cantrell. Sean Cantrell is your demon versus champion. I'm gonna get rid of the poll soon. I just want to see what people say. Just curious. Sean Cantrell's title is on screen in a moment. And McCaffrey goes up the middle for none. So you're a Browns fan, James. Is that right? There we go. If LaFleur lost to Philadelphia, LA Rams, or anyone other than the Bears, it would be understanding. Since it's Chicago, it makes it worse, and he choked it away. That's inexcusable. I kind of hope he stays because I like the rivalry. I'm loving this rivalry. So I kind of hope he stays, but we'll see. I hope he stays, and then next year maybe gets fired so that he'll be available for the Jets. McCaffrey holds on to the ball. That's a first down. Pass over the middle by Brock Purdy. 1st and goal from the 4. San Francisco is driving downfield. That ball got tipped, and McCaffrey still was able to come down with it. Browns fan till the casket. I like it. I like the loyalty. It's the way I am with the Jets. Like, just struggle through the pain. So here we go. Brock Purdy working out of the shotgun. Gives it to CMC. Goes forward. Gets about 2. Gonna have 2nd and goal from about the 2. I'll take LaFleur in Cleveland. Yeah, I bet you would. He's available now. I don't see Ed letting him play out his contract. I mean, he's technically not available right now, but we'll see. I don't want to skew the results. Don't worry about it. That's fine. Most people are saying no anyway. Got 9 votes. I'll wait until we get like the 20 votes and then I'll get rid of it. There is Brock Purdy. Throws over the middle, and that is caught by Robinson, and San Francisco strikes first. Wow, I grew up in Jersey, and our fan bases are so similar. I grew up in Jersey, too. Where did you grow up? It's 2026, and Aaron Andrews is now a porcupine, says Snarf Wallaby. What an opening drive by San Francisco. First drive, they march downfield. Kick is up and it's good. Remember, Shanahan was also part of that 28-3 situation, so let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I like the fast start. Sussex County, the country. I'm from Hudson County, not the country. But I grew up pretty close to Giant Stadium, or what is now MetLife Stadium. That's why I'm a Jets fan. Could have used you as a Jets fan, and you went Cleveland. Wow. Any reason why you went Cleveland? Green Bay could trade LaFleur for draft picks. Well, we're not giving you draft picks. So, Ravens legend, DeMarcus Robinson. Also, Rams legend, DeMarcus Robinson, is he not? Maybe the Cleveland Browns will give you draft picks. Would you do that, James? Would you give Green Bay draft picks for LaFleur? I don't think, as a Jet fan, I don't think I want to do that. I'd be happier to just let Aaron Glenn play out this season and then fire him afterwards. 7-0. Quick score by the San Francisco 49ers. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Hope they win this game. So now Philly has to rely on their offense to come back. That's where they run into problems. When you need Jalen Hurts to drive downfield and get you in the end zone. Chiefs legend, DeMarcus Robinson. He is a journeyman for sure. Starting to get into Mr. How do we say his name? Mitzazip. Oh my God. McZiplix. I can never say his name. In various forms. How's one of the most underrated ones? The one in Lois and Clark by Howie Mandel. I never really watched Lois and Clark. Hold on one second. The dogs need me. And I'm going to read your comment, James, when I come back. March 27th, the UFL starts. Pops was a Browns fan, so when I started watching football, it was the Browns. Went to my first game, and that atmosphere had me hooked. Yeah, they are rabid. They are rabid. I wouldn't trade Jeremiah Love. That's close, but I feel like you can get a better package for the 1-1. That's what I think. Also, I think if I wait and see where he lands, I could probably get a much better package. Much better package. So here we go. People were saying, oh, there's no way San Francisco's going to be able to move the football against this defense. And there it is. Rick is here. He says, go Niners. That was easy. Here we go. Let's go Niners, says Big Wink. The Patriots fan, who I thought was a Bears fan. And Philly will take the ball down to the 37. 37-yard line. And here comes Jalen Hurts. Yeah, most people say no. All right, I'm going to end that poll. Poll ended. There's Jalen Hurts, 11:45 left on the clock in the first. Do not have faith in Jalen Hurts, but we'll see what happens. I feel like the first play is going to go directly to Saquon Barkley, and it does, and he gets tackled after a gain of 1. Be something if we had back-to-back road teams winning. Then the Patriots are at home tonight. I don't think they're losing in Foxborough, not to the Chargers. We'll see. The Chargers will likely charger. That's the way I feel. Shane Giggle says, I think this is the first not close game. Barkley cuts to the outside, and he's across the 50 and takes it down to the 35. Wow. LaFleur is going to get fired. Policy said he doesn't want to coach on a lame duck contract. Too many end-of-year meltdowns to give an enormous extension. Yeah, he'll probably, if they do let him go, if they do decide to part ways, it's going to be soon, obviously. I don't think they're going to wait around for a trade partner. Hi. Oh, my God. Very nice. What is that? 200 rounds of ammo. Are you serious? The official Demonverse prediction is San Francisco 19, Philadelphia 17. There it is. So Jalen Hurts working out of the shotgun from the 32. That's really good. No. My God. Evil clown, yeah. What'd they do there? Just a couple yards on a run or something? Rick says, let's go defense. So Rick is looking for the San Francisco 49ers to take this game, just as I am. Second and 5 for Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. Eyes downfield. Throws this football, and that's caught by A.J. Brown. That's a first down. First catch of the day for A.J. Brown. PFA. Frank, glad you got some happiness today. Yes, she did. Down to they're down at the 17-yard line. Jalen Hurts working out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives it to Saquon Barkley. Nope, faked it to Saquon Barkley. Fooled me. Got it to Dallas Goedert. About a gain of about 3 or 4. 9:23 left. Luca Bat says, Demonverse, I need answers. Who in Bill's Mafia made a deal and with who? Yeah, that's a fair question. That's a fair question. They should have totally lost. They totally should have lost, but whatever. Stupid Jacksonville Jaguars. 2nd and 6. A little flip to Devonta Smith. He gets about 3, so we're going to have 3rd and 3 coming up. Third down coming up. Kyle Shanahan's 8-4 in the postseason with 2 Super Bowl appearances. 0 wins, by the way. What's up, Black Loki? Josh Allen and Peyton did some voodoo stuff, probably. I could see that. 3rd and 3 coming up. Jalen Hurts takes the snap, gives it to Saquon. Saquon is still up, fights forward for a first down. San Francisco's defense needs to be able to stop him if they want to win this game. Jags seem to do that in the playoffs, them and the Chargers and the Texans. Well, they're saying the Texans tomorrow because the Texans are a dome team. Dome teams do not play well in the outdoors in the cold. I think it's like under 38 degrees or something. So we'll see. Saquon is a dog. Yeah, he's a beast. First and goal from about the 7. Four seconds on the play clock. Jalen Hurts under center. Pitches this out to Saquon Barkley. And Barkley takes this down to the 4. 7:13 left. James Frank says, screw the Steelers. It's time to ban the tush push for good due to officiating rules. Yeah, tush push could absolutely save him here. 6:57 left. Jalen Hurts under center. The ball to Saquon. And Saquon takes it down to the 1. We know what's going to happen here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Oh, we know what's going to happen here. That is a true 1 yard they need. They're in a regular formation. They give it to Dallas Goedert, and he gets around to the outside and gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. And pending the extra point, we have a tie game. Derek Hobbs is back, so sorry, had to get the dinner started. No, don't be sorry whatsoever. Thought that would have been a tush push, but no. Time to get a kicker for the Eagles. Oh, my God. Missed field goal. San Francisco up 7-6 on the heels of me saying pending the extra point. Charlie Walker says Jaguars are trash. One job and failed. I can't believe that. My prediction was pretty on the money, though. It was pretty close. If they could have stopped Buffalo from scoring, I would have had it. Extra point attempt was doinked. San Francisco leads 7-6. Got a Kansas City Chiefs State Farm commercial. The closest we're going to see them in the playoffs this year. That was for the Jets comment before. Again, don't think I forgot that. Prediction machine is still working. You just called the doink. I do not have a future telling device. So I know how it seems, but thank you, Jags, for Mason Graham and another first-round pick this year, says James Frank. Next week, I'm going to need you to refrain from talking about the field goals or extra points when Seattle's attempting them. There might be some Sam Darnold turnover comments because I have a tendency to do that. Lookabout says, I guess it will fall to the evil empire to remove the blight of Sir Josh Allen. Oh, man, I don't want to have to rely on the Patriots to do anything. I said if the Patriots were facing the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs, I would rather the Bills win. I don't want to have to watch that game in the playoffs. That's just a terrible, terrible situation. Game Show Gumbo says, of course you don't have a future telling machine. You're a pro football demon, not pro football oracle or pro football soothsayer. Pro football soothsayer is an interesting name. I like that. And he just hooked that kick. Oh, man. I had snacks. Yeah. I had my bar. And then you'll come out for dinner? Yeah. Yeah. Right now, the Eagles are playing the San Francisco 49ers. Eagles of Philadelphia. Yes. Yes. Oh, well, was I happy that we drafted Darnold? I wanted. I'm going to be completely honest. I wanted Josh Rosen in that draft. So no, I was not happy that we drafted Darnold, but I had hope when we were going forward. Like, all right, well maybe he'll be good. But I didn't like Darnold. I didn't like the USC connection because of Mark Sanchez. So I wasn't. I hated Mark Sanchez. I was like, I don't want another USC quarterback. I thought Josh Rosen was a better option, and turns out I was wrong about that. But the Jets didn't do Sam Darnold any favors. Everybody saying PFA, Sean Cantrell, Madison Duncan, Charlie Walker. Kick us up one job. This has been a crazy weekend. Yeah. Pitch out to CMC. He gets the ball to the 30. About a 4 yard gain. Second and about 6 coming up. We were just under the 6-minute mark. I was stoked that we got Baker. Then you know the rest. Did you were you unhappy when they got rid of Baker? Like, were you happy with the Deshaun Watson thing? And be honest. Forget about everything that happened with him. At the time, were you happy that you did that you guys made that move? So I think the world is ready, finally ready for Spawn. Could a remake of the film actually succeed in this day and age? So that is A24 is going to do that, right? Is that really a thing? That pass was broken up. 3rd and 6 coming up for San Francisco. They need to keep the foot on the gas. They cannot let up. Back to pass. Brock Purdy. That is caught, but it's going to be short. Was caught by Robinson. We got a 4th and about 3. And they're going to send the punt team out. For a stretch there, the Jets didn't do any quarterback a favor. They finally have some offensive talent. Now just need a quarterback. I'm going to push back on that a little bit. Sam Darnold, absolutely. We didn't do Sam any favors because of bringing Adam Gase in. But Zach Wilson just wasn't a good quarterback. Mark Sanchez just wasn't a good quarterback. Zach Wilson was actually terrible. He doesn't even belong in the league. Mark Sanchez just wasn't very good because he had all the talent in the world around him. So it's not that they haven't done right by their quarterback. Sometimes you draft a quarterback that just isn't good. But Sam, yeah, I mean, they were in a position with Sam where they could have they could have used that number 2 pick, traded it, gotten a haul, and just built an offensive line around Sam and given him weapons and stuff. And they didn't do that. They decided to go the Zach Wilson route. He's, we know now, an inferior quarterback. He's terrible. So I understand why they did it, but Baker was my guy. Yeah. We need receivers. Yeah, we do. Game Show Gumbo with a tenner comes in. Thank you. He is your stream's top donator. Let's get his name on the screen. Then I will read the comment. Thank you very much. Yeah, the narrative that goes around that the Jets destroy quarterbacks and whatnot. I mean, when I look at it, I'm like, they really haven't. Like, I'll give you the Sam Darnold thing, but they did try to do the right thing with Sam with Adam Gase. And that was because Peyton Manning was like, hire Adam Gase. He's a quarterback whisperer. He's going to be the best thing for your young quarterback. And Chris Johnson, he's not a football guy, was like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds awesome. Thank you, Peyton. And then we know how that went. Game Show Gumbo, thank you so much. You are the stream's top dominator. There is your name on screen for the world to see. The entire world. And we know everyone will be popping in and they will be seeing that. All right, we are at commercial. Darnold was only the second quarterback in history to win 13 games back-to-back. Oh, 14 games, yeah, with Brady. I saw that. I just thought Darnold was trashed than last year, and this year he's proved me wrong. Darnold needed a solid coaching staff. Luckily, he's doing better now. Yeah, Darnold needed time. He needed time. He needed somebody. I mean, there is a chance that Darnold, we could have kept Darnold, but I mean, even with Saleh, he wouldn't have done well. There's a possibility that could have happened. Stopping by Kevin O'Connell really helped. It helped a lot. Stopping with Shanahan and then Kevin O'Connell, because I mean, he didn't do anything in Carolina. He had an opportunity in Carolina. And first few games looked good, but that was mostly CMC. Once CMC went down, Darnold looked lost in Carolina. So there's a possibility that might have happened with the Jets too. And he needed a guy like Kevin O'Connell or, somebody with a. But we had Mike LaFleur. So that's the thing, is I think if Mike LaFleur was there with Sam Darnold, he would have turned Sam Darnold into something. So that was probably one of the biggest mistakes the Jets ever made, was getting rid of Sam Darnold and then bringing in Mike LaFleur. And the fact that Zach Wilson couldn't work with Mike LaFleur because Zach Wilson can't work with anybody tells you how terrible he is. Saquon Barkley gets about a yard. Yeah, him and Baker were members of the Carolina Panthers at the same time when Baker actually came in because they pulled Sam. They fired Matt Rule, pulled Sam, started Baker at one point. Neither of them looked good. Then Baker went to the Rams. So James Frank says he likes Aaron Glenn. Don't let Matt West hear you say that. Matt West is a Jets fan in the chat. He can't stand Aaron Glenn. I don't know if Aaron Glenn's going to be a good coach. I love our general manager. That's a gain of a couple by Saquon Barkley. I love our general manager, Darren Muji, as evidenced by the Darren Muji painting that I have right here, just ready to go at all times. I think he's a brilliant general manager. I think he's probably going to be the best general manager we've ever had, apart from Parcells. And we'll see what happens. If things don't change a bit for Aaron Glenn this season, I'd be on board with firing him after this next season. But I saw some things that I thought were fine. I saw some things I didn't like. But it's basically an expansion team at this point. He doesn't have a lot to work with and doesn't have a quarterback, so it's hard to succeed in that situation. Over the middle, and that is caught by James Thrash. No, is that Amari Cooper? No, wait. No. There's a rookie named Cooper. I don't know who he is. He just caught the ball. Greetings, we are back. That's Melissa Klein. By the way, here are your top 5 contenders. Ashley, Melissa Klein, Samuel Miller, Mike Causey, and Dude rounding out the top 5. Jalen Hurts gets the ball off. That's caught by A.J. Brown at the end of his fingertips. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. It's about an 8-yard gain. If Aaron Glenn is there next season, I would hope to see better quarterback play, but just better offensive play. The defense needs to bounce back, yeah. Do I trust Glenn to develop Mendoza or more? That's the question. I don't think we're taking either quarterback, honestly, because the Raiders are going to take Mendoza. I don't think Moore's worth the second pick right now. So I don't think that's even a question, but it's not Glenn's job to develop him. They would need to bring in somebody to develop him. So, I think Muji could do that. Shot downfield, and that is overthrown. Throws it to Dallas Goedert. But Glenn himself, he can't develop a quarterback. He's a defensive coach. He's a cornerback. He can develop a cornerback. He's doing it. I think he did a good job with Brandon Stevens. I think he did a good job with A.Z. Thomas. They didn't get any picks, but, again, we have no pass rush. So that doesn't help the fact that it doesn't help your cornerbacks in any way. Charles London's going to be gone. Carson Beck to the Jets. I don't really like what I saw from Carson Beck. I mean, look, if they want to take a stab at a quarterback in the later rounds, fine. But Saquon Barkley gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage. We've got a 4th and 2 coming up. If they took a stab at a Ty Simpson in the second round, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I don't want to do that with the 33rd pick. I would do it with the 44th pick if he was there. But apart from that, I wouldn't touch quarterback until the later rounds. Yes, I absolutely think they would go for Kirk Cousins. I think it would be a remarkable option to develop a quarterback. But if there's nobody there this next year, doesn't matter. I wouldn't mind them going after Will Levis, honestly. I've said this before. I wouldn't mind them going after Will Levis, just see, what he's got. That's almost picked off on 4th and 2, and it's San Francisco's ball. Wow. I wouldn't mind them going after Will Levis and just kind of kicking the tires on him, see what he's got. But you got to bring in somebody who can develop him. And I don't know. I would feel much better, again, if Mike LaFleur was our quarterback coach, or I'm sorry, our offensive coordinator, or our head coach, if we went after Will Levis. But this season, again, I would say go after a guy like that, see what he has, bring in a veteran like Mariota, and maybe Tyrod Taylor, build a quarterback room like that, and then kick the can down the road to next year and kind of see where the chips fall. This is why I don't understand keeping Glenn. If you don't have a quarterback plan, how do you expect a different result? Well, it's hard to have a quarterback plan because what would the plan be? The plan could be Mendoza if he's there, but he's not going to be there. Yeah, I don't want them to just take Dante Moore at 2 because they're like, well, we need a quarterback, so let's take a 20-year-old who needs to be developed. Because you don't want to start that guy right away. So then you're in the position where you're rolling out a veteran. And remember, they're saying next year's quarterback class is going to be great. So you have 3 picks in that draft. Chances are you're going to end up with the top 10 pick, probably. Maybe even top 5, maybe top 3, maybe number 1. So I don't mind kicking the can down the road and let that be the quarterback plan. Let's get the best available players here, try to build up a roster, and then go get our quarterback in a draft where we have a lot of draft capital. And there are a lot of quarterbacks coming out. So that's kind of the plan. Glenn could be gone by then. If he doesn't, so it doesn't, keeping Glenn this year doesn't really matter. If he doesn't improve anything and they decide to move on, then, fine. If they take a quarterback and they keep him another year and it's still a disaster, they'll move on, and then you'll have a quarterback that wasn't rushed out to start. And now you can let Darren Muji handpick his coach, maybe bring in an offensive mind and pair him with a quarterback who has a year under his belt now. No one's articulated a good reason to keep Glenn to date. There really isn't a good reason to keep him, but what's the other plan? I don't think any of these other coaches are coming here. I mean, the one reason is it's hard to blame him for what happened. CMC goes up the middle for a gain of 0. Got second down coming up. I mean, it's really difficult to look at what happened and say this was Aaron Glenn's fault, because when you look at the roster, where are the players? They got rid of their 2 top players, 2 top defensive players. Again, when they traded Sauce and Quinnen Williams, they won 3 of 5 games. Then they're rolling out Brady Cook, and Brady Cook's throwing to 2 receivers that we acquired midseason who were cast-offs from other teams. I mean, he had nothing to work with this year. So how do we expect more wins? No pass rush. How do we expect to get interceptions? I mean, we barely had any sacks this season. Figure I would swing over here and leave a like and a comment for the algorithm. Thank you very much, Eric. Jets had the worst defensive performance in December because it was a soft tank. It was a soft tank. They were rolling out whoever. Brock Purdy rolls out to his left. Again, they tore it all down. You have to look at it as it's an expansion team. And if you said, well, this expansion team had the worst defensive performance ever, would you say, oh my God, they're terrible, fire the coach? Or would you say, well, he's still trying to build this team, let's give him a moment? But one of the things is people also say Woody Johnson's impulsive. Woody Johnson gives guys a chance. He gives them a chance, you know. But if you get rid of Glenn, then who are you bringing in? Who are you bringing in that you are sure is definitely taking the job with nothing there? Nothing there. There's the punt. Eagles will take over at about the 6-yard line. Because we can get rid of Glenn, but it would be just like the Jets to get rid of Glenn, then he goes somewhere, does well as a defensive coordinator, gets another head coaching job with talent on the roster, and then looks good. So, I mean, I'm fine giving him another year because I don't know what else the plan would be. Stefanski's not coming here. Harbaugh's not coming here. If those guys made it known that they wanted to come to the Jets, I would say, what are we doing? But so you're going to reach out to those guys, and now you create a situation where they're not going to come here, but now you reached out to them, so you're saying like we're going to move off Glenn at some point. So then what is he going to stay? If you're just telling him you have no faith in him and you want to replace him, so how are you even going to expect him to go out there if we're still stuck with him and not pull what Joe Douglas did when he was just checked out? James Frank says Kevin is meh. I like Stefanski, but we have Ravens fans that come in the chat and say Harbaugh was meh too. Nice catch by A.J. Brown. It's about a 6-yard gain. 3 seconds left in the first quarter, and now we're going into the second quarter. I just think it's a patience game at this point. Like I'm fine to be patient. I don't think anything we do right now is going to fix the situation. Oh, really? That was a much different NFL than there is today. Didn't the Jags and Panthers both make the NFC and AFC championships in their second years? That was a very different NFL back then. But I'm fine. I'm like I feel like everybody's panicking, and I'm just like sitting here enjoying my tea. Like I'm gonna be patient and see what happens. I know. Big ships turn slow, as they say, right? I guess Isaac is wandering the countryside, worried about the 49ers. Eric says, no horrible comic takes tonight. Well, maybe that one character who has the mutant power to always win and is an underutilized character. Who is that one? Who is that one character? I can't think of him offhand. But yeah, again, I don't know what Aaron Glenn is. So because of the way the team is structured right now, I'm fine giving him another year. I'm fine because why not? I mean, it's not like we're all of a sudden going to turn the roster around this offseason. Yeah, we don't have the number one pick either. If we had the number one pick, if we were bringing in Mendoza, I might be. The job would be way more enticing for somebody. But right now, it's just kind of like, what do you have? You don't have a quarterback. Saying we're going to have Fernando Mendoza, now coaches can look at that and say, oh, we have 3 picks next year. You still have another pick in this draft and 2 second rounders. Then all of a sudden it becomes an interesting situation. All this cap space. But no answer to quarterback this year just takes all that away. Second and 3, first play of the second quarter. Jalen Hurts is at the 13-yard line, and he will take the snap. He gives it to Saquon, who goes up the middle for a first down, takes us to the 20. First and 10. Jalen Hurts working out of the shotgun. Niners lead 7-6. Four on the play clock. Hurts takes the snap. Throws over the middle. It's caught by Devonta Smith, and he's close to a first down. He might have it. He's at the 30. Seems like you had to declare your good players in the expansion draft that the Panthers and Jags did early. If you could trade for Bryce, I'll take the later first-round pick for him. We do have a good offensive line. That's something to be happy about. Saquon Barkley takes this down to the 34. First and 10. First and 10. Jalen Hurts from the 34-yard line. 13 minutes left. Changing the play. 4 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2, 1. He takes the snap. Niners bring blitz, and that ball is thrown away. I don't get only giving up on him 2 years. It's crazy to think that you can rebuild the trash roster for the 15 years in one season. Yeah, I know people look at Ben like, oh, we'll look at Ben Johnson. But the Bears have been building up that roster. Remember when Caleb was drafted, it was like, oh, Caleb's going to the best situation a rookie quarterback's ever been in. Caleb was also a number one pick with a lot of talent. So they had all these things in place and then brought in Ben Johnson to manage it. I'm fine going that route. Absolutely fine going that route. But I know Bears fans were kicking and screaming with Eberflus there. They didn't understand keeping Eberflus. They're like, oh my God, Eberflus, why would we do this? Why would we keep Eberflus here? We're giving Eberflus Caleb Williams now. That's terrible. That's horrible. We're going to destroy this kid. And it didn't happen that way. So the same thing could happen with the Jets. We draft a quarterback. Maybe Aaron Glenn's there. Nothing changes. And then all of a sudden, Muji and Woody are like, okay, he's out. Let's go get a guy that can develop this quarterback. And we have a roster now because we used all the draft capital. I mean, that's what I see coming. So that's why I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, whatever for now. It is what it is for now. Chiefs don't appear to have a lot of dead cap either. And we're opening up a lot more cap space next season too, by the way. The real answer is not a trash roster. It was underachieving. I think they adequately achieved for who they are. What did we expect an undrafted rookie quarterback to do the last 5 games of the season? Undrafted free agent rookie quarterback with 2 receivers that were cast-offs that we acquired midseason. What did we expect to happen? Were they going to move the football? You know? The only notable name our linebackers are slow as hell. They're terrible. We can't generate a pass rush. And our best cornerback is Brandon Stevens, who was cast off by the Ravens and is basically a reclamation project. And then we had a rookie starting there, rookie starting in the safety. These weren't rookie first rounders either. These were later round picks. A rookie at tight end. The only bright spot was the offensive line. So I don't know when you say under. I think they adequately achieved for who they are. Push, and Philly gets a first down. But I'm looking at it like the way the Bears did. They had a bad coach. They just kept putting pieces there, building the roster. They finally got the quarterback. And then a year later, they went out and got the coach. And I'm like, fine. Fine. That's good with me. That was tanking before tanking was cool. I mean, that's actually not a bad plan, but we just have to be patient. Making moves where we're just like, well, fire him now. And then, we're going to bring in another coach that has nothing there and expect him to do something with nothing. I don't want to do that either. I don't want to bring in a good coach and give him nothing and then want to run that guy out of town because he can't make them overachieve. Or, we got a tough schedule next year. We could be looking at the first overall pick. I mean, things are going to be so good so soon. Just let's go through a little bit more pain. $11 minutes left in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Look, the Patriots, that team was so bad they couldn't pay players to come play. They got a good coach and immediate progress. You have to have the right coach. I think you should see some progress. Yeah, we need what's up, JD Blanche? I think we need I think we can wait on the coach for now. I don't think we have to make any rash moves. I think we're in a position where we can take another look at Aaron Glenn and see if he's a good coach. Because we don't have a roster there. This isn't a win-now roster. Barkley with about a gain of 3. Yeah, Aaron might be a good coach. And I don't think it's going to be a 5-year rebuild. I don't think it's going to be a 5-year rebuild. If you give the new Jets coach 5 years with expected progress and a bridge quarterback, that would be a dream for many coaches. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a 5-year rebuild. I think by 2027, we're going to have a quarterback. In the 2027 season, we're going to be looking to see progress. Progress in the form of, is the roster there? I mean, remember, the Bears, Saquon Barkley takes this down to the 30. I mean, people were expecting the Bears to be in the playoffs, right? When Eberflus was there. What were their records? Let's look at the Bears' records by year, shall we? 5 and 12, 3 and 14, 7 and 10, 5 and 12, 6 and 11. So 6 and 11, 3 and 14. So under Eberflus, 3 and 14, 7 and 10, 5 and 12. We could be looking at that with Aaron Glenn. Probably not 7 and 10, because the Bears significantly improved that roster to get to 7 and 10, significantly. And then significantly improved it again, and we're 5 and 12 with the first overall pick rookie quarterback who was supposed to be generational. If that happened with the Jets, I could see moving on from Aaron Glenn and saying we need to get a good offensive mind in here to help him. 2nd and 6. Hand off to Barkley. He's got room to run. He takes this down to about the 16. Yeah, Kyle Monangai is really nice, James. They are really nice. I'm not even talking. Kathy's telling me to lay off the Raiders. Who even mentioned the Raiders? Nobody wants to talk about the Raiders. The problem with the Raiders, I'll tell you right now, is bringing in a rookie quarterback and not having an offensive line. And then we don't know who your coach is going to be. So bringing in a rookie quarterback in that situation is tough. Because you can get him killed behind that offensive line. And then all of a sudden he's, if you start him right away, he has no protection, no weapons. That could be a bad situation. But we'll see. We will see. 2nd and 3, Jalen Hurts under center. But I'm just sitting here patiently. I'm taking all the swings people want to take at the Jets right now, and I'm like, I see what's happening. I actually have. If I didn't have faith in Darren Muji, I wouldn't be this confident. I would be with Matt West saying this is going to be like a 10-year rebuild. JD Blanche comes in with a 12er. Thank you very much. Thanks for housing the stream, by the way. I would rather pay you than Fox to hear the game. I appreciate it, JD. I appreciate it. You are the stream's top donator, by the way. I'm going to get your name up on screen. But it looks really bad for the Jets now. I understand that. Barkley goes up the middle, and he's about a yard shy, so we're going to 4th and 1 coming up. It only looks bad until it's not bad anymore, right? There are words of wisdom. But yeah, it's going to look bad until all of a sudden we're like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They actually have something. Every time they've been in a situation where they've had draft picks, they put together a good roster. And it really bodes well for us that we are loaded up on draft capital, which was done by design, by the way, for a draft class that is quarterback heavy. And there's a pass to Goddard. Oh, no, that's not Goddard. That's Goddard, yeah. Dallas Goedert with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Wow. And the Eagles will take the lead. Are they going to go for 2? Oh, it's coming back. There's a flag. Ineligible player downfield, man. Cam Jurgens. Oh. There you go, JD Blanche. There is your name on screen. Thank you very much. Takes time to build a team. Yeah, Sean Cantrell knows. He's been through it. Sean, what were your thoughts on Eberflus? You were like, oh, he's going to ruin our quarterback. How are they keeping him? Now they're saying it's a touchdown. So they took it back. Now they're saying it's a touchdown? Okay. So they took the flag back, and the Eagles take the lead. All right, it's going to be perhaps a 13-7 game if Elliott can actually put this through. And he got it. Okay, it looked like he missed it for a second. Touchdown, Eagles. It's such a good vibration. I can't hate on the Jets. The Bears have been bad for years. Yeah. And the Bears were in a similar situation. But I remember not long ago, okay, when we brought in Aaron Rodgers, I was very excited about that. But my one concern was Aaron's getting older. If we don't win, we're going to be in a position where we're going to have to rebuild. And that might come after Arch Manning is eligible. Now, again, we don't know if Arch Manning is going to be a Hall of Fame level quarterback, but like I've said, what I like is Arch Manning is probably a guy that it's not crucial that you develop because of the family that he comes from. He can pick the mind of his grandfather. He can pick the mind of his uncles who have been in the NFL and played and won Super Bowls. Not Arch, but the other two. So, I mean, this is a guy who comes from a football family. They're sitting there on Christmas. You know they're talking about football. You know these guys are going to be watching game tape with him, trying to make him the best he can be. So it's not going to be fully on the team. Make sure you bring in somebody to develop him. They're going to be working with him a lot. So, yeah, I mean, obviously the team has to do the right thing. They have to make sure they bring in somebody, make sure you hire a good coach and whatnot. But my concern was, man, I would love to not have to miss out on Arch Manning at the time. That was before, Mendoza became a thing and whatnot. But now we're lining up on a collision course for Arch Manning with a lot of draft capital in that draft. I mean, and there are other good quarterbacks coming out, apparently. So, Sean Cantrell says, I didn't have confidence in Caleb coming out of college. Yeah, a bunch of people didn't. Listen, if we end up with the first overall pick after next season, I don't care. I don't care. If they're like, we're going to give Glenn one more season after we draft a quarterback and it's Arch Manning, I don't care. Good evening, Philip Quinn. Hold on. We got to get Philip Quinn's title on screen. He's your multiversal champion, by the way. And when we have the 3 champions here, Baal can't handle it, so he goes away. But yeah, I don't care, man. I really don't. If they're like, well, we're going to keep Aaron here one more year and see what he can do when we actually have pieces in place, fine. 1 year of a rookie quarterback that they might not start right out of the gate, and then if you want to move on from him there, fine. So I mean, we're looking at 2028 season. I know nobody wants to hear that as a Jet fan, but we're looking at 2028 season where we should be ready to take a major step forward and maybe be playoff ready. So it's just the reality of it. Mendoza looked good last year as well, but people didn't pay attention. I really can't speak to that because I didn't pay attention to him last year. It's time for the Philip Quinn walk-up music. And people say he wasn't good at Cal. So, you stay away from Manning. He's ours in 2 years and Tomlin free. Steelers aren't getting the first overall pick. There's no way that's happening. But we are on a collision course for that right now. So I am fine. You need an offensive mind with a young quarterback. I agree. But you see, year one, I wouldn't think Arch would have to come in and start right away. And whoever, I'm just saying Arch, but I mean, it could be somebody else. Year one, if we have Mariota there next year, we're going to give Mariota like 2 years or whatever. He starts that season. Arch is there as a rookie. No one's really expecting him to come out and be the franchise savior right away. We still have Aaron Glenn, and we're like, is Aaron Glenn even going to last after this? I'm fine with going through that season, just seeing where we are, looking at the roster, and then saying, okay, in that 2028 draft, we get another piece because we're going to have draft capital. There would be in regular draft capital, but we didn't give anything up to get this quarterback that we have who's going to hopefully be the future. And let Darren Muji, who has put the roster together, let Darren Muji go out and handpick a head coach, and I think he'll go after an offensive mind because I think he knows what he's doing. I think he sees that. I mean, and the reason I say that is because he tanked properly. He and the guys he brought in mid-season are guys who were young and basically cast-offs, and we've never seen the Jets do that. Ryan Tannehill would be a good veteran. Is Ryan Tannehill even in the league anymore? So, we'll see. Anything can happen, but I'm looking at these teams in the NFL. A lot of these bad teams have their quarterbacks now. In that hefty quarterback draft that's coming up, of the teams that are going to be quarterback needy, the Jets look like the worst to me. So I'm confident they'll either have the first overall pick in that draft or be in a position to trade because they have the most draft capital than anybody else has. They'll have more draft capital than anybody else has, in position to trade up and get that pick with whatever team is there. It's Muji, Mougey. If Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, and Kellen Moore are approved, is that coaches is as important or maybe even more important for the development of a young quarterback? Yeah. And again, I don't think the Jets are in any rush to bring in a guy like that because we don't have anybody there for him. So, might as well see this is the perfect position to see what Aaron Glenn is. He might be a very good talent evaluator. We have no idea what he is. 2nd and 4 coming up. George Kittle is hurt. Big loss for the Niners there. 2nd and 4. Purdy back to pass. Throws downfield wide open is Jawan Jennings. He's down to the 30 and the 25. Gets taken out of bounds by Cooper DeJean. Effing sprain, yeah. Add Cliff Kingsbury to that list. Get a good OC. Yeah, I don't know how high I am on Cliff Kingsbury. I'm telling you, 2 years from now, I'm ready for the Mike LaFleur experiment with the Jets. I don't think he'll get a head coaching job next year. I think maybe after that, he'll be ready to be plucked, and the Jets will be in a position to take him. I mean, I'm the way I'm seeing it, I see it all lining up, and I'm just like, all right, I'm here for it. McCaffrey goes forward for about a gain of 6 on a little pass. Philip Quinn's low on Cliff. Yeah, I'm not high on Cliff either. I don't think he's on the level of the Ben Johnson, Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur, Kevin O'Connell. You know what I mean? An offensive mind like that. I would even put Kellen Moore there probably. I think Kellen Moore is going to be one of those guys. And I think Mike LaFleur is going to be the next one. And I'm just waiting patiently for the Jets to do the right thing. He won't coach the Jets because some fan keeps calling him Mike. I'm talking about Mike. I'm talking about the Rams offensive coordinator. Not Matt. I'm talking about Mike. I'm talking about Mike LaFleur. He'll be available and being looked at as a head coaching candidate in a couple of years. And the Jets are probably going to be looking for a head coach in a couple of years. And I'm here for it. Christian McCaffrey stumbles and falls short on 3rd and 1. What does San Francisco do here? For the 49ers, owe Sprain money. Sprain does not accept money. As OC, he worked well with Jaden Daniels last season. Yeah, he did. I don't think Kingsbury's bad. I'm not super high on him. As an OC, I think he's good. As a head coach, I'm not sure I would be happy with that. Sirianni looks like Aaron Rodgers' less successful cousin. What is going on here? February 3rd at 8 p.m., we've got the Flag Football Showdown for the Pro Bowl. Wow. Pretty sure I wanted my Browns to interview Mike, but they don't listen to me. Isn't that a shame? They should. They should. I feel like if teams listened to us fans, they would probably be in much better shape. Fourth and 2, San Francisco's going for it. Pulling. Oh, no. They are going to take the points. Or at least attempt to take the points. I think Sirianni does get fired if they lose this game. And that is good. It's a 13-10 game. There we go. Depends on how they lose, maybe. I think the fact that George Kittle can't even put pressure on his foot, man. I think the fact that Harbaugh's available, that could really, really entice the Eagles. And I think Harbaugh would be enticed by the Eagles as well. If I was Haslam, I'd go all in on Harbaugh. So didn't they offer him an interview? Was that one of the interviews that he got? I think they did. Let me see. What interviews does he have lined up? Harbaugh to limit interviews to just a few teams. So 4 hours ago, Harbaugh plans 3 or 4 interviews with teams looking for head coaches. Do we know what teams those are? So yeah, they're saying he's limited it. Could be looking to see what happens in the Steelers game, is what this article's saying. Yeah, I think he's definitely looking to see what happens this week. Set to interview with teams next week. So the Titans, it's saying the Titans, the Falcons, and the Giants are the teams he's interviewing with. I don't know that I believe that. I don't know that I believe that that's all he's doing. You would need an agreement with Harbaugh first to get rid of Stefanski. I don't know. I mean, they were going to get rid of Stefanski 2 years ago, and he had a meeting with them and was basically able to convince them that he could turn things around with new coordinators. So that tells them that he's coordinator dependent now. He did end up winning a Super Bowl, but if he loses this game, they might say, you know what, with this roster, all we need, we could pretty much bring in virtually anybody and make them head coach and get better results. I don't know. I think Philly is like the only team that the GM and owner have proved they can fire successful coaches for slight underperformances. Example, Andy Reid. Yeah, I do like Stefanski too. I had a heated debate with my brother Matt, who's a Miami fan. Can players in the draft choose not to go to a team they are picked by? Yeah, they can. They can force a trade. It's happened. That's what happened with Eli Manning. The Chargers wanted to draft him. He was refusing to go there and forced a trade with the Giants. So the Chargers got Phillip Rivers and the Giants got Eli Manning. And John Elway did that too. The Colts wanted him and he forced a trade to the Denver Broncos. So what side of the argument were you on? Brown's Hellmouth is still open. I don't think it's ever closed. Cleveland Hellmouth is the Waffle House of extra dimensional portals. 2:28 left in the half. This game's going exactly how I thought it would go. Just it seems like a bit of a slog. Jalen Hurts back to pass. I sense a turnover coming at some point. A.J. Brown drops this. And A.J. Brown's holding his leg. He's getting up. He's trying to get up. And he is walking gingerly toward the sideline. I think he's okay. Probably just got a little shaken up. Just couldn't grab the ball. Look at the bright side. There's a chance Mendoza won't want to play for the Raiders. Well, there is that. We've got movement on Philly, so that's going to be a false start. A.J. Brown's on the sideline. They tried to put a jacket on him. He said, no, get it off me. Pulled to James Brown. You said turnover. The universe said we're going to make him hurt. Yeah, maybe they mistranslated what I said. Third and 9 coming up. Jalen Hurts working out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Blitz is coming. Hurts throws downfield. And that is intended for A.J. Brown again. Couldn't come up with it. Good coverage on the play. 4th and 9 coming up. He wanted a flag. Did not get one. What makes me... did I say he wants to play for the Jets? If I did, I was kidding. That would be awesome, though. If he said, no, F the Raiders, I want to play for the Jets. I would be so happy. I would make so much fun of you. And the ball is picked up by San Francisco at the 22. They got 1:51 left with one timeout to get downfield and try to get into field goal range at least to put some more points on the board. Your brother said who wants to go to Miami, Harbaugh or Mendoza? I don't think either of them want to go to Miami. Miami has nothing. They don't have a quarterback. Their owner's kind of a nut. There's no reason to want to go to Miami. And if people bring up the, well, there's no taxes and all that, I don't think that heavily weighs into a coach's decision. Giants are the reason that we're screwed with Mendoza. Giants are a bunch. And they screwed themselves too, by the way. Well, Mendoza's from Miami. So people are assuming that means he wants to play for Miami. But even if he did, I mean, just because you're from someplace doesn't mean you're going to want to play for them, right? Yeah, if I were Mendoza, I would wait to see who the coach is too. Miami has sun, a stadium, and no income tax, and it's also 1,000 degrees in football equipment. It's not all fun all the time. Mendoza is from Miami. The no taxes thing is brought up by players and coaches in So second quarter is coming to a close soon. Melissa Klein comes in with 25. She's your number 2 contender, and she is your stream's highest offering. With the new Cleveland Stadium so close to me, I'll be waiting for our quarterback to knock on the door and report to me. You should be. They should report to you, Melissa. We have to, what we have to do? The Demonverse needs to have a little more sway in what goes on in the NFL because many of us here, I think teams would benefit from the knowledge we have and the takes we have. The no income tax thing is brought up by players and coaches on podcasts all the time. I don't know that it like that they're going to base their decision on that. I know they talk about it, but it's hard for me to believe if there's a better situation somewhere. The income tax thing is going to be what drives them someplace. I mean, a lot of these guys are millionaires already. McCaffrey gets a few yards. Thank you very much, Melissa Klein. Let me get your name up on screen. That would probably help the Cleveland Browns if they reported to you and got your take on certain situations, Melissa. I wish the Jets would do that with me. I really do. I would tell them right now, if you're not going to take a quarterback, just take Sonny Styles, take Arvell Reese, revamp that defense. Brock Purdy goes down. You know who would have not gone down in that situation is Mac Jones, the great Mac Jones, as I like to call him. Melissa Klein's name is on screen, and we're going to get her name updated on the contenders list. Thank you very much. Your number 2 contender, by the way. There we go. Melissa Klein, your number 2 contender, up to 1035 as your number 2 contender. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Melissa Klein. Yeah, the thing is, if you're a quarterback, you're going to make a lot of money from endorsements if you win. It's not like you're a linebacker. Yeah, that's a very valid point. Eagles jumped off sides. It was a free play. Demarcus Robinson with the catch. That's a first down. Mendoza seems humble and openly says he wants to play in my. Mendoza seems too humble to openly say he wants to play in Miami. He's a team first guy. Yeah, he's gonna play with whoever drafts him. He's gonna be. I feel like he has the type of mindset that's like, I don't care. I'm gonna help make this team better. You know. So. No, Melissa is Ashley is a Bengals fan. Melissa's a Browns fan. They are rivals, friendly rivals. Purdy gets the ball off to McCaffrey, who wasn't even looking. 1:02 left. 2nd and 10. What's laughable is the Jets have been in the league how long and have still never had a franchise quarterback. False! That is false. Chad Pennington was a franchise quarterback. So you go back 2 squares, Charlie Walker. Most of the Jets players live in New York or New Jersey. Jersey's cheaper. And Joe Namath, yeah, but I don't claim Joe Namath because I wasn't here for that. And then I don't like that whole thing where he's trying to pick up a reporter in the middle of an interview. And also, not only that, it was disrespectful, but not only that, then he also said, I couldn't care less about how the team's doing. I was like, really, Joe? Okay, now we know. So go away. I was willing to be like, oh, yeah, I love Joe Namath. He won us a Super Bowl. And then I was like, you know what? I wasn't even alive for that. And now you're just saying stupid things. I know Takeda and Fowler dismisses teams. All right, so Philip Quinn, we're going to do this. Ice Cold is a Raiders fan. Matt West is a Jets fan. You know that. Melissa Klein's a Browns fan. Ashley's a Bengals fan. Fowler dismisses a Steelers fan. Sean Cantrell's a Bears fan. Derek Hobbs is a Seahawks fan. If I'm getting any of these wrong, let me know. I don't think I am. That's as far up as it'll let me go. Charlie Walker is unfortunately a Patriots fan. Incomplete. Roddy Eggplat is a Rams fan. Contenders list. Let's see. Samuel Miller's a Bengals fan. Mike Causey's a Broncos fan. Dude's an Eagles fan. How do you remember this? I don't know. Oh, Detroit. Damn, I'm sorry, Derek. Oh, man, I got something wrong. Derek Hobbs is the Detroit fan. He also wears a big fur coat. Yeah, but Ric Flair did that too, and I was cool with that. So, sorry, Derek. Sorry. I'm going to remember that. First down, Dave Booth is a Seattle fan, and the D is what threw me off. The D is what threw me off. I'm sorry. There is a list on Discord as well, but I don't study that list. But Anakin Skywalker is a Lions fan. Brian Dusenberry's a Lions fan. Matt Beckel, Lord Horror. Brian Dusenberry is the Horror King. He's a Lions fan. Matt Beckel, Lord Horror, is a Niners fan. Red X Power, of course, is a Jets fan. Elmo Jets fan. I mean, it says it right in his name. I rotate my fandom every season except for the Giants and the Cowboys and the Browns because my wife is a Pats fan. I think the Cowboys are overrated and the Browns for axing Baker. That was terrible what the Browns did that to Baker. Terrible. And Philip Quinn, of course, is a Saints fan. We remember that. He's the only one I didn't mention because he asked the question. And Jennifer over on Facebook is an Eagles fan. She says, "Go Birds." She's mentioned that in her comments on videos too. Patriots have had more franchise quarterbacks than the Jets in 20 years. In 20 years than the Jets. All right, wait a minute. I'm going to do something really quick for Charlie Walker here. Just really, really quick. Take that, Charlie Walker. Take that. 10 seconds of silence for you. Enjoy it. Don't touch anything in the Phantom Zone, please. Charlie Walker is the first one to get Phantom Zoned during the playoffs. That does not bode well for you, especially since you have a big game tonight. Now you got this to worry about. Also, was the enchilada question ever resolved? Yes, Stanky, who is a Seahawks fan, by the way, is maniacal. So yes, that was resolved. JB100 is a Ravens fan. SG is a Ravens fan. Emily Brandt's a Packers fan. Soldier is a Packers fan. Brock Purdy gets out of bounds on 3rd and 5 with 1 second left. And the field goal unit's going to come out. You can open portals in the Phantom Zone, says Matt West. Don't tell him that. You're a Jets fan. You're trying to help a Patriots fan, Matt West. What is going on? Now Aaron Glenn's not pleased with you. First down. And they're going to take a look at this. He fumbled out of bounds. It's going to be a runoff to end the half, I think, because he lost the football as he was going out of bounds. He lost the football before he went out of bounds. Wow. Glenn's performance displeases me greatly. Oh, man. The Niners. They can't stop the runoff. And we're going to go to the half. Half face. Man. Oh, terrible Niners. Wow, they could have put up more points. Good God. Good God. Are you kidding me? Said trombone. They already have an American flag on the field. Are you kidding me? Wow, that's fast. Oh, was that from the beginning of the game? I think that was the beginning of the game. Fix my picture so you won't forget. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Derek Hobbs. Thank you so much. We'll never forget that. Half face is here. And now we celebrate. Man. This Patriots game tonight is going to be something. It's going to be something. But what is my prediction again for this game? Let's see. 17-19. So we can't get 17 for the Eagles. I mean, I guess we get 2 safeties, but can get 19 for San Francisco. Currently rebranding is back. He's an Eagles fan. It's okay for now. What's going on? Go Niners. Did Kittle just get hurt? Yes, he did. He did. And he could not put weight on his one leg, so it does not look good. Gotta go feed the birds and squirrels in the neighborhood real quick. Oh, good job, Father Dismas. Good job. I don't see the Pope, that meddling Bears fan, feeding squirrels and birds, do you? Yeah. Just keep that in mind if the Steelers meet the Bears in the Super Bowl. That Kittle injury makes me sad, yeah. What was I going to do here? All right. Well, here we go. I think the other backs up have been doing, the backup's been doing good. Yeah, what's his name? Tonga? Is that his name? The Tonga kid? So, This is where we are. Got a 13-10 game. Eagles over San Francisco. Let me check in on some of the fan bases here and see what they're thinking about this game. Let's see what they're saying, actually. So we will be here. I will be here tonight for the stupid Patriots game, and I'll be taking a break right before that game, so just like a quick dinner break, and then I'll be back. Not too bad, but the problem this year is offense is only decent for one half. That is a problem. When you're the Eagles and you're going into the half with only a 3-point lead, that second half is rough. But then they're playing against the San Francisco 49ers, who have a tendency to give up a lot of points in the second half. So, top tier defense gave up 2 big plays. That's what Eagle fans are saying. So they're a little concerned that their offense isn't going to live up to. Oh, wait a minute. Was Nick Sirianni and A.J. Brown, they were arguing with each other? Oh, Nick Sirianni and A.J. Brown were arguing with each other on the sideline. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. Let me see what they're saying about that. Wow. Was Sirianni saying you had your chance, you better catch the ball next time? Wow. Wow. God, man, it feels so awful for Kittle. He's a Hall of Fame talent in person, but injuries have hurt his career. Sucks so bad. Yeah. Yeah. Turmoil on the sideline of the Eagles. I want to go back and see what happened there. I did not see that. Hold on. I just saw it briefly, but I didn't hear what they said. It doesn't seem so crazy at this point. Sirianni is like a full-grown gremlin. Father Dismas, do you want Rodgers back next year? We're going to ask him when he comes back. He went to go feed the squirrels and the birds. So let's see. Sirianni went down and started screaming at A.J. Brown. So they're okay. They're trying to figure out what happened there, and it looks like they threw those 2 big passes to A.J. Brown downfield, who's been complaining that he hasn't seen the ball and wants to be more involved, and he didn't catch either of those passes. So what they're assuming is Sirianni ran down and was like, "You're complaining you want the ball, but then you don't catch it when we throw it to you in big spots." And then A.J. Brown took issue with that. So one or both of those guys might not be here next year. Wow. Possible new logo for the server. Let's see. No. SG, you know what? That's enough out of you now. This is, you used to be somebody that I would never do this to, but now we're on this page, okay? You used the F word against me a couple of days ago. I let it slide, but that is unforgivable what you just did. So enjoy your 10 seconds of silence, okay? Because I'm sitting here in the playoffs hoping that 2028 is a good season for the Jets. That's the level of person you're talking to right now. That's what happens to you. A.J. Brown will not be an Eagle next season. Last 2 seasons are proof enough. Yeah. J6 says, I am sad. Yeah. No, we're not using that logo. I never want to see that thing again. I want that removed from Discord immediately, if not sooner. If I see that on Discord, I'm shutting the entire thing down. Do I have the power to do that? I will light that place on fire. There will be hell to pay. I'm going to be back in 60 seconds. I need to cool off. That was a little longer than 60 seconds, but I stopped to have a conversation about what's going on in Discord right now with PFA, and we're trying to figure out a solution to it. We're trying to figure out a solution. All hail Lord Chair. Charlie Walker says mine was deserved too. No one is safe from the Phantom Zone except Sean Cantrell and Philip Quinn right now. Thank you very much. They're making fun of the Jets. Oh, we got kombucha. Some of them are. Some of them are making fun.
I make fun of the Jets.
She does. I can't give her a Phantom Zoning though. But you say that she makes up for it with that.
And a kombucha.
And a kombucha, yes. There we go. Cheers. Phantom Zone was nice and quiet.
You're silly having your wife kiss you on screen.
No, I want you to do it again. Silly. Are you crazy? Excellent. Thank you. That's all the good luck I need.
What do you need luck for?
So that the Jets can be good in 2028.
Oh,
in 2028. We got a few years. We got a few years before Jets playoff football is a real thing. I can see Buffalo and Denver wanting A.J. Brown. Both need a legitimate wide receiver one. Yeah, I mean, if he's available, I could see teams going after him, definitely. And him wanting to pair himself up with a nice quarterback. Spry Joe, what's going on? I'm doing well. How are you doing, my friend? Sean Cantrell says PFA. Hi, PFA. Charlie Walker says PFA. PFA giving good luck kisses. Yes, I am one lucky man. Doing well, Spry Joe. Spry Joe, who are you a fan of, by you? Are you a Niners fan? Are you a Niners fan? PK says PFA. Oh, man. Yeah, 2028. I'm hearing myself say it over and over again, and it's starting to depress me. But, you know. Whatever. You know, turns out Phantom Zoning people is makes me a little happy. I don't know what to do with this power. Just watch yourselves. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Encaged is a Bears fan. All right, Encaged was here the other day. Now, Weston, did you make cookies? Charlie Walker, if you missed the cookies in the Phantom Zone, that's on you. That's on you. I've aged about 15 years watching the Bears this season. Spry Joe is a Bears fan. That's right. Okay. Hell of a team. Hell of a team. I'm very jealous of all the Bears fans out there right now because that's exactly what I want. That moment, I got a chill when I saw Ben Johnson in the locker room saying, F the Packers, I hate those guys. I was like, this is exactly what football needs right now. That's why I don't want Green Bay to fire Matt LaFleur because that rivalry is gold. That is gold. I mean, you mean to tell me that's not going to be a primetime game maybe twice next season? Big Wink says, I foresee the wild card next year being led, the Jets in the wild card next year being led by Coach Jay Harbaugh. He's not saying what, I mean, he could be talking about a guy named, Jamal Harbaugh that nobody knows. He's not even related to the Harbaughs. But I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I would love to live in that universe. Not gonna happen. Your wife made mint chocolate chip cookies. That sounds a mint chocolate chip is one of my weaknesses, man. I love it. I had cookies there. You had cookies in a Phantom Zone? Did you leave crumbs everywhere? I'm sure you did because you're a Patriots fan and you just think you can do whatever you want. Yeah, I can just leave crumbs wherever because I'm like royalty. Yeah, well, you're not. You're not. Pick up the crumbs, please. So he's playing Madden. Celtic Scarecrow. Celtic Scarecrow's a Panthers fan, by the way. I'm having to convince him that Bryce Young is a good quarterback. This is where we are in my life. I have to convince Panthers fans that their quarterback is good. As he too now takes shots at the Jets. The only ones that aren't taking shots at the Jets, I want everybody to remember this, are the Bears fans. Classy Bears fans not taking shots at the Jets. And also Philip Quinn. Saints fan. He's the only Saints fan I think we have here. Well, Decius is a Saints fan. He hasn't been here in a while, but he comments on videos sometimes. Third quarter has begun. I did leave crumbs. Jim Bob Harbaugh. Oh, Packers fans hate Ben Johnson. They called him classless all over social media. Oh, that's funny. He's classless. Oh, but they weren't they didn't think Aaron Rodgers was classless when he was yelling at the fans saying "I own you." No, Ben Johnson just trumped that by like a mile. Oh, thank you, Philip Quinn, for your classiness. Oh no, you made. Oh yeah, that's right. Currently rebranding. No, you took shots at the Jets. Did you not? I don't remember. But dude is an Eagles fan, so you have to get in his ear because he takes shots at the Jets all the time. So unfortunately, you were clumped with him. We Bears fans know what it's like to live without a quarterback or a coach. So yeah, Charlie Walker's like, I'm a slob. They asked Sirianni about the exchange with AJ Brown. So I'm gonna, after this play, we are going to hear what happened, and I will relay it to you. Unless you know, but here we go. Okay. So Coach, I saw your interaction with AJ Brown. What happened? He said, just emotions are running high. I'm sure after this game we're gonna go back to loving each other. I mean, I need more Saints fans in here. Phil Quinn says, yeah, I know DCS is a Saints fan. He doesn't come in much, but he does come in. I'm a Lions fan, says PK. Go Jets because Coach Glenn, please succeed. Yes, look at that. Anakin Skyogre's a Lions fan, and he has taken shots at the Jets, unfortunately. Oh, and that's dropped by Saquon Barkley. So, but I'm saying I haven't had a single Bears fan take a shot at the Jets. Not a single one. So Bryce of Young is a grown man. Yeah, so we saw the evolution. We saw Sir Bryce of Young, Squire Bryce of Young become Sir Bryce of Young yesterday, as well as Squire Caleb of Williams become Sir Caleb of Williams yesterday. Jets were good with Parcells after he left. They went to crap. No, you forgot about Rex Ryan, my friend. And they were also good with Mangini when Favre was there, but Favre got hurt. So get your facts straight, Charlie Walker, before you just go around with your crummy beard or whatever, crumbs all over your shirt, just talking nonsense. Roaming around the Phantom Zone with like ketchup on your cheek. Someone get this man a Jet shot glass. We can take Jet shots. Oh, boy. The kombucha is cold and refreshing, though. There is kombucha in the Phantom Zone, though. It says Peach Paradise. Synergy does not sponsor the stream, by the way. Very good. Very refreshing. All right. Notice how I have much more. Like when I would first do these streams and I would do the all-day ones, it was hard. It was like I felt like, man, this takes a lot of energy out of me, but it's not hard anymore. I built up my tolerance. So here we go. Shane Giggles. Shane Giggles wants Mike Tomlin fired, by the way. For me, I'll take shots at anyone, but as long as they're not playing the Panthers, I'm okay with them winning. I hate our division. There aren't many teams that like I will root for any team as long as it benefits the Jets. Or, like in this game, I would like to see San Francisco win just because they're the underdog. So we'll root for the underdog in a lot of cases. Did anyone make the zone cookies yet? I want zone cookies. But you're not going to be in the Phantom Zone, Matt West. I mean, you're going to need me to send somebody to the Phantom Zone and maybe they can bring them out and give you some. Give you all these quarterbacks and get blamed for hating on the Jets. Well, not you specifically, Soldier, but Green Bay Packers fans have. Okay? So Emily Brandt has said quite a few things about the Jets. I'm going to stop serving kombucha now after this. You start to consistently beat the Pats, and I'll stop taking shots. Deal. I'm down for that. Philip Quinn says F the Falcons. We don't have time to hate on the Jets. We hate the Packers. You see? There you go. There you go. Not you, soldier. I hate all the teams in the AFC East. I don't know that it's equal. I think I hate the Patriots more. I think it goes Patriots, Bills, and Dolphins for me in that order. But I mean, they're very close with the Patriots because of the history. Purdy back to pass. He's going to run. He gets about 5 and gets pushed out of bounds. I hate the fact that the Bears won, but the Packers lost in hilarious fashion, so I won and lost. That's the way I feel sometimes with some of these teams. And the Bucks, yeah. Rowdy says this game looks exhausting. The only exciting part of this game so far has been the little blow up between Nick Sirianni and AJ Brown on the sideline. Philip Quinn mostly hates the Falcons. That's why I feel like there are like you hate all the teams in your division, but there's one that you just really gets under your skin. For me, there is anyway, and that's the Patriots. Mainly because of stupid Belichick, what he did to us, that maniac. Flag on the play. Refs are doing some talking about it. Illegal hands to the face on the Eagles. Wow, that was atrocious. My God, he took his helmet right off. I'm not hating on the Jets making fun of their franchise is another thing. It's all part of the same family. All part of the same miserable family. But that rivalry, Bears-Packers, man, that is just erupted again, and I'm here for it. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun to see in the coming years because you know Ben Johnson's going to be there for quite some time. And here is Brock Purdy. He takes the snap, swings this out. Luke Farrell drops it, but saying it's incomplete. It looked like it could have been a backwards pass, but that was incomplete. Roddy Eggplant says, my top hating teams are number 1, San Francisco, number 2, the Seahawks, number 3, the Cowboys. Arizona has a football team. And Arizona does have a football team, but they do not have fans. I'm still beating that drum. NFC North Renaissance, yeah. Yeah, the Lions, imagine, like, this is what happens when the Lions finally get good. Tragic for them. And if the Vikings find a quarterback, I mean, that division, I mean, the Lions could find themselves at the bottom of that division again. Year after year. Crazy. I mean, they were at the bottom of the division this year, right? Didn't they finish 4th? Dolphins and Jets have been irrelevant, so not much to their hate. We have been irrelevant for a long time. When you guys were good too, the Bills were irrelevant also. I think the Jets were the only team that actually in the division that actually gave you a run a couple of times. Yeah, 9-8, same as the Vikings who beat them twice. Yeah, that's insane. Imagine that you told the Lions, "Hey, you're going to end up with a 9 years ago." If you told them you're going to end up with a 9-8 record, they'd be like, "Really? Well, okay, that's pretty good. Do we make the playoffs?" Like, no, you're still last in the division. That's like a nightmare. I saw one Arizona Cardinals fan on Instagram Reels, and I sent it to everyone I know because I felt like seeing an exotic animal in the wild. Of course, he was calling Rams fans bandwagon fans. I also have a reason to hate almost all of the NFC North except the Lions. So if there is let me see, if there is another division, another team outside of any of the teams in the AFC East, what team would I hate? Right now, it's the Raiders because of the Mendoza thing. No, right now it's actually the Giants. actually the Giants right now. And that hurts because I've always supported the Giants. So, no, Rex wasn't. I don't think Rex was a good coach. I think Rex was a good coordinator, but he benefited from a roster that was in place when he came in. I was not a fan of the Rex Ryan experience. I did like his defense, but I mean, the team just had a bunch of dudes on the roster. SG is going to be comparing every lineman to the great Daniel Failalali, however you say his name. Yeah, I remember that. All jokes aside, a good Bears versus Packers competition is great to see. Just annoying. The Bears are so slow. It takes them 25 years to put it together. That's like us. I feel like the Jets Patriots rivalry was awesome, and it's taken us decades to try to rekindle that. But when we do, watch out. Purdy gets the ball off, and that is caught by Robinson again, and he just knocked down a Philly gentleman. Not a fan of your only AFC Championship games in your life? Well, I did have the Parcells AFC Championship game. I was a fan of that. I'm saying I wasn't on board with Rex being a good coach. Kind of like you're not on board with Tomlin being a good coach, by the way. I just didn't think Rex was a great coach, and I think that was evidenced by what happened afterwards. He did nothing in Buffalo. I think he was just the beneficiary of a good roster. Took the team pretty far because it was led by that amazing defense, and he's a good defensive coordinator. I'll give him that. But as a head coach, I didn't love him, and we still don't win. We still didn't even go to the Super Bowl. So bringing Rex Ryan back would not make this team better. Christian McCaffrey goes forward for about a gain of 9. Only team I truly dislike is the Eagles because of where I live, and I'm a Penguins fan for hockey. I was a Penguins fan when I used to play hockey. Once I stopped playing hockey, I kind of fell out of watching hockey. But those Lemieux Yager teams were awesome. Third and 1, quarterback sneak by Purdy. They got a new set of downs. That kombucha was good. That kombucha was delicious. All right. So 23 likes on the stream. Excellent. All right. And Purdy back to pass. Gets rid of the football. And that's intercepted by Philly. Wow, Brock Purdy. Are you kidding me? Oh, I have a Tom Barrasso jersey in my closet. Nice. Tom Barrasso was awesome. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Oh, Brock Purdy. Good grief. Oh, Detroit Red Wings, late 90s, 2015. Yeah, late 90s. That was Steve Yzerman, right? There's some great Red Wings teams, yeah. Bland, Brock Purdy, bad clip, yeah. That was terrible. That was gross. Oh, man. Now, Brock Purdy. Cannot do it. I feel like I have to blow my nose. Uh, 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 uh. Darjaman, oh, Chris Chelios, yeah. Nicholas Lindstrom, that was a good team. Do you have? I live in Seattle, so we have kombucha on tap. Still, it still hits even after the college kombucha almost 15 years ago. Kombucha on tap is really good. The one time I root for San Francisco. Bring back Mac Jones. Yes, Mac Jones is the answer. Uh, all right. Unserious, yeah. I remember those Penguins teams. Larry Murphy, Luke Robitaille, um, Joe Mullen. They had a good team. Of course, Lemieux and Jagger, Ron Francis. Those teams were good. Ken Reggett was the backup goalie behind Barrasso. All right, Jalen Hurts working out of the shotgun. Hurts rolls out to his right, and that is thrown out of bounds. Mac Jones wouldn't have thrown an interception. I don't think he would have either. So what's going on Facebook? Nothing much. Nice catch, coach. Wow, Big Dom. Look at that. Ulf Samuelson. I remember Ulf Samuelson. Those teams were good, man. Jalen Hurts on a designed run. He gets a first down. And there's a flag. So that is going to come back. Holding on number 51, Cam Jurgens. Man, he is Cam Jurgens has been a bit of an issue. Shane Giggle says, "Is Hurts a quarterback or a lineman that needs to be pushed to score points?" I think on the depth chart, he's considered a quarterback. Second and 18. Jalen Hurts working out of the shotgun. They are at their own 40-yard line. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2-1. They got it off. Hand off to Saquon. He's going to get taken down for a loss of about 2. So we got a 3rd and 20 coming up. Boos from the crowd. They hate the play calling. Rightfully so. You had a golden opportunity here with this interception, and you're blowing it. Depth charts lie. Well, that's true. I mean, Zach Wilson was listed as a quarterback. I don't know what the hell he was. Definitely was not a quarterback. Third and 19. Ertz gets the ball to Goddard, and that's only a gain of a couple. And the Boo Birds are raining down. Oh, wow. They don't like the play calling. We've been hearing this all year with Philly fans. Not happy with the play calling whatsoever. There is the punt. Ball goes out of bounds. 8:17 left in the third. Oh, sorry, out of the back of the end zone, rather. Okay. Do I have a playlist for this? Oh, yeah, okay. There we go. You guys beat up Santa Claus, and I don't like it. That was the NFL's most annoying fan base, NFC East edition. I don't know if I'm going to do those videos this year. I might. We'll see. Unless you guys want them. Booing and Santa Claus on the field. Philly fans get mad when you say that. They're like, he was drunk and he let a bunch of children down. Like, come on. There's a movie called Send Help that looks pretty crazy. Oh, wow. That looks insane. All right. All right, here we go. We've got the third quarter, 13-10, Philly over San Francisco. My score prediction is still kind of close. We could still get kind of close to it. I don't know that we will, though, because of that 17. So there's Brock Purdy, 8:17 left, coming off a drive where he threw a bad interception. Soldier says, yeah, they beat up Santa, but they do make the Cowboys' lives a living hell. Yeah, I had a feeling this was going to be a bit of a rough game. It's definitely not as exciting as the other. That's probably why they sandwiched it in here. Definitely not as exciting as the other games we've seen. McCaffrey gets about a gain of 1. It's pretty much what I expected so far. I can't believe the Niners were getting 6 points. The Eagles' offense would be anemic with no defense on the field. Eagles' offense is pretty unpredictable. Well, I mean, pretty predictable. Pretty, you know what I mean. $7.49. They're talking about how San Francisco wouldn't be here without Mac Jones either. They need to thank that man. Back to pass is Brock Purdy, and he throws to Tonjes. That's incomplete. Mac Jones has his helmet on, and he looks like he is ready to come in when called upon, if they will call upon him, which I don't know that they will. Sad for Jacksonville. Yeah, that was a rough game. Rough game for the Jags. What are you going to do? Mac Jones is waiting. You see the look on his face? He's just like, man, I feel like San Francisco would be up 21-10 right now if Mac Jones was on the field. 3rd and 9. Brock Purdy gets rid of the football. It was a terrible pass. That ball just sailed. 4th and 9. Here comes the punt team. Good God. I hate these teams. I want them both to lose because I don't want to have to watch them again. Oh, there was a face mask. The Kobe Dean, but they did not call it. Fourth and 9. So the wind is picking up there, they're saying. And this punt takes a Philadelphia bounce, and they're going to get the ball in San Francisco territory at about the 47-yard line. And the Eagles will take over. Here comes Jalen Hurts in the offense. Let's see if the Boo Birds come out again, which they might. Well, I think tonight's going to be a good game. Nothing seemed to happen until the fourth quarter in the other games. I think in the yesterday we had some pretty good games because you had Carolina, who was sticking around, and then you also had that first half in the Bears game. We were sitting there like, "Are the Bears going to come back?" So then they started mounting a comeback. So that was pretty good. But I don't know. This game is just kind of like staying still, just staring at us. I feel like the Jags game was kind of back and forth a little bit too. I just don't. I don't like watching Philadelphia Eagles football. I've decided that. I don't care to watch the Eagles play football. Down with Harbaugh. Come on, Patriots. No, no Patriots. See, this is the problem. Because he got rid of the football, so he didn't have the football. So they didn't call out a face mask. They can they? I mean, I guess they could have if they wanted to, but. Oh, we're getting. Let's see. Tom Brady's giving us a little lesson on how to throw a football in the wind. Oh, very nice. Tom Brady. Some beautiful information about how to throw a football in the wind. This is how I deflate the balls. Hey, I got a football here too. I'd say, there we go. Yes. He was saying like you want your hand like a C, right? I can't even palm this thing. I'm like the Kenny Pickett of football streamers. Barkley gets hit behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of a few. 2nd and about 13 coming up. When Philly decided to do the tush push 10 times in a row, I quit caring about watching them. It's just not that into rugby. Yeah, I mean have been boring. That's one of the reasons why too. That tush push thing consistently was insane. Screen pass to Smith. He's got room to run. He gets about 11. And we've got 3rd and 1 coming up. Still 6:27 left in the third quarter. Wow. This is like watching a college game. They're going to do a tush push. This is a long one. And they get it. God. I really hope they ban that. I really hope they ban that play. The great Mac Jones. Yes, please show some respect. Thank you. Tush push is not a fun football play to watch. 1st and 10 from about 35. Jalen Hurts gives the ball to Saquon Barkley. Oh, no. Sorry, that's not Barkley. That was Tank Bigsby. He loses a couple of yards. So we're in 2nd and 12 again. So it seems like every first down, Philly tries to run the football. They lose 2 yards, and then they're in 2nd and 12. The Brady open with here's how to let some air out of the ball. You just made a Green Goblin reference. So that's good. Second and 11, Jalen Hurts working out of the shotgun. Barkley's in motion. Takes the snap, gets the ball off. That's caught by Devonta Smith now, and Smith gets taken down at about the 31. The 29. We need the great Mac Jones. We've been starved for epic poetry recently. Yeah, I mean, why not put him in at this point? Purdy's not doing anything. Just say, like, Mac, go in for a drive. Let's see what you got. And then after the touchdown, you can say, you know what, we're going to keep you in. And then after the second touchdown, you could say, we're going with you the rest of the way. Then after the third touchdown, you could say, Brock Purdy, pack your stuff and go home. Looks like Norman Osborn since his facial surgery. He kind of does. He doesn't have that cool Norman Osborn hair, though, like the lines. That's a first down for Saquon Barkley and the Eagles. Well, the Kevin Patullo, their offensive coordinator, Derek, is he's been pretty awful this season. Philly fans have been hating him. Hurts throws this in the dirt, intended for Saquon Barkley. 3:37 left. Fear factor is back tonight. So here's what's interesting. They're promoting Fear Factor, saying watch Fear Factor tonight on Fox. So I guess the network is promoting, hey, stay on our station. But there's another NFL game coming up. So you'd think the NFL would be like, hey, if maybe watch the other NFL game after this. They dropped the football, but I picked it up again. Saquon Barkley on 2nd and 10 gets stopped. 3rd and about 13 coming up. Interesting. I blame Sirianni, though. He should be a tone setter. Leadership starts at the top, but I can see the OC catching flack. Yeah, well, he is very coordinator dependent. So I don't think he's a very good coach, which is why I feel like if they lose, he could be gone. 3rd and 13, Jalen Hurts is going to run, and he slides after a few yards. Now Jake Elliott is going to come out, so they played that to bring the field goal unit out and not get the first down. Crazy. Time for the jumbo tush push. Yes, 13 yards. 41-yard attempt for Jake Elliott. And here we go. Jake Elliott puts this through. 16-10. All right, let's take a look at the score prediction again. 1913. 2:11 left in the third. I'm getting pretty sick of seeing Brock Purdy come out here. Oh, I would love to see Mac Jones come out here. Yeah, Derek Hobbs says even with being coordinator dependent, he could still lead them emotionally, a la Dan Campbell. Yeah, I've never been on the Sirianni train. I'm just like, what does this guy do exactly? You know, he hired some good people, but I feel like he kind of hides behind them. Dan Campbell does look like, but then again, people say, well, was it Dan Campbell or was it Ben Johnson really with the Lions stuff? But I do like Dan Campbell. I do think Dan Campbell is actually a guy that men want to follow and fight behind. Ashley comes in with a 20 spot, says the great Mac Jones stalks the sideline, waiting for his opportunity to strike. The portents for chaos have been favorable. That the bland Brock Purdy shows no signs of being ready to turn over the reins. Still, he waits. For those who don't know, Ashley writes epic, epic, epic Mac Jones lore. Thank you very much, Ashley. She's your number one contender. It is incredible. Beautifully written. They need to, I mean, they need to go to Mac Jones. I think. Ashley thinks too. She's with me. Birdie gets the ball off to Kyle Juszczyk. Takes it down to the 40. Former Baltimore Raven, Kyle Juszczyk. All right. Kyle Juszczyk is awesome. Oh, it's awesome. Sorry. Isn't it the malevolent Mac Jones, says Nukabat. Get Ashley's name on screen. Let me change this. Hold on one second. Oh, man. I have to blow my nose soon, I think. Like I feel like I have to sneeze. Sky Moore on a jet sweep. He gets stopped right before the first down. A 3rd and 1 coming up. There's Ashley, your number one contender, right at the top. Broke the $1,600 mark. Thank you so much, Ashley. Sky Moore, formerly of Kansas City Chiefs fame. 4th quarter approaching. Time to unleash the offense, as it seems. They won't say Dan Campbell's an offensive genius, but having a leader that brings different ferocity. That's why I said Sir Rain Main Sirianni seems like an overgrown gremlin. I know. I mean, I know a few. We got like a push opportunity here for the San Francisco 49ers. And Purdy tries it and he gets it. Yeah, I know a few Eagles fans that have been out on Sirianni. Just like, he's not good. There's a guy that used to come in here and he would call him the child. Like, we need to get rid of him. But yeah, I like Dan Campbell. Yeah, Dan Campbell's, I mean, he's not a guy who's going to out scheme you, but I think he's a better coach. Ravens legend Kyle Juszczyk. He who brought Low the jocular Joe Judge and the mundane Matt the Pencil Patricia. That was a head scratcher. What the hell were you doing, Bill Belichick? Being like, oh, we have a young quarterback, so let me put it in the hands of Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. After Josh McDaniels went and did nothing as a head coach. But he's back as an OC. That's where he shines. And he's got a quarterback right now, so that's a problem. Fourth quarter. Here we go. Bink, bink, bink. Hear me out, Ibrahimous. Oh, I don't think they would be too happy with that. I remember the child, yeah. That was Justin that would come in and say that. Be like, the child must go. That's old school. So in the fourth quarter, San Francisco driving downfield. 16-10. Let us see. Let us see what happens. I am so looking forward to one day being able to do a Jets playoff game. That's the dream. That's the dream. Will it ever happen? I don't know. Turn out the lights and I'll glow. Maybe McDaniels is really a warlock whose patron is the embodiment of football offense. Probably. Could be. Could be. That's not the worst theory. $16, 10, 15 minutes left in the fourth quarter because it's the start of the fourth quarter. Next year. Oh, big wink. If only. If only. Niners at the 29-yard line. Brock Purdy takes the snap. And a little trickery. Juwan Jennings is going to pass to the end zone. Christian McCaffrey's there, and that's a touchdown, San Francisco. They can't even give it to Brock Purdy to throw the touchdown. They need Juwan Jennings to do it. But there's a flag. Oh. What's the flag? Roughing the passer. That is a touchdown. Wow. 2027, 2028 Jets will be a threat. Yes. Oh, I do rock the mic like a vandal. Big hit on Juwan Jennings, roughing the passer. What a catch by Christian McCaffrey. Over the shoulder grab. Tie game. Look at Kyle. Trickeration comes through. Wow. Now it's up to Philly's offense to try to get in the end zone. Do we trust them? I don't know. And are we going to kick the extra point today, or are they going to do it next week? Wind is picking up there. Extra point is good. Wow. 17-16. Philly gets the ball back. What a play. Pitched it to Sky Moore. Pitched it back to Juwan Jennings. Threw a pass to Christian McCaffrey, who just got behind the defense. Was wide open. Over the shoulder catch. Nice catch by McCaffrey. Eberflus and Sean Cantrell doesn't want to hear his name. That's how I feel about some former Jets coaches. All right, they're like, well, do we trust Brock Purdy to throw this pass, or do we trust Juwan Jennings more? And we have your answer, folks. Nick Sirianni's not happy about that. Need a safety, yeah. Need a safety, and then we're so close to the prediction. So close. I'm getting close today. Getting very close on these predictions today. And Philly will down the punt, kickoff. And here comes the Philadelphia offense once again. Let's see what happens. It's almost as if I had a device to help me. No, that's all I got to say. Soldier was a huge Eberflus fan. I bet you were. Must have been nice. And here is Jalen Hurts. Hasn't been sacked tonight. He's back to pass. Swings this out to Saquon Barkley, who's got some room to run. And he gets about an 11-yard gain. That's a first down. There's a flag. Holding on the Eagles. That's coming back. Wow. Wow. What is this you speak of, Ashley? I don't know what this device is that you're mentioning, the good father. Philly having to drive downfield, trailing, don't like it. Don't like it for them. I like it for San Francisco. 1st and 20. I sense a turnover coming. I mean, I'm not trying to give anything away here, but I sense a turnover coming. 4 seconds left. 3, 2. Jalen Hurts back to pass. And that is incomplete. We got 3rd and 20 coming up. That was intended for Dallas Goedert. He could not come up with it. 2nd and 20. Oh, 3rd and 20, sorry. Big Wink says, this is all working out as I foretold. Daniel is here. He's a Chargers fan. He says, hey, are you getting ready? Are you getting ready for the night game? Because that is going to be something. Here's Jalen Hurts on 2nd and 20. It's 2nd and 20. Yeah. I said 3rd and 20. It's 2nd and 20. Back to pass is Jalen Hurts. He hands it to Saquon Barkley, who cuts it to the outside. He's got a little room to run. He's got about a gain of 7. And we got 3rd and about 13 coming up. Been ready all day, says Daniel. Well, good. I hope so. I'm going to tell you when that game starts what my prediction is. Not now. But I will say this. I want the Patriots to lose. 3rd and 13. 4-man rush. Pressure on Hurts. Throws downfield. And that is incomplete. And the Boo Birds are back out. And the punt's coming up for Philadelphia. Money Mike says, just finished dinner. Money Mike is a Steelers fan. See, I know most people's fandoms that frequent the chat. Most of them. Here's Braden Mann ready to punt. There's a 4th and 13. Will Philly risk trying to fake this? Let's see. Nope, they punt. Sky Moore almost he bobbles it, but he gets it. Takes it across the 30 to the 31. And here comes the San Francisco offense. Robert Saleh's defense is playing well. 60 seconds. I will be back. Pigs in a blanket and fries. All right, my prediction: Patriots 142 to Chargers 3. I don't think that's going to be how it goes, Big Wink, but we'll see. 142 points, that'd probably be an NFL record, right? Has anybody scored that many points before? Money Mike had some herb butter pasta, chicken on the bone, and carrots. The pasta sounds really good. I'm getting a little hungry right here. The Chargers will have 14 more points in garbage time. Hail the Lord Chair. Lord Chair is beside himself that Mac Jones has not been afforded the opportunity to come in and lead these Warriors to victory. So the character Dexter was based on your life, Lord Chair. I didn't know that. Lord Chair's got a lot of stories. They're all very entertaining. All very entertaining. Just wait until we upgrade Lord Chair's consciousness to the new and improved version. That's going to be epic. $13-15. Prediction: Steelers 21, Texas 20. That's going to be a fun game. Brock Purdy, 13-15 on the clock. Fourth quarter. He takes the snap out of the shotgun, throws over the middle, and that is caught by Juszczyk, and he rolls across the field, rolled his way to a first down. I think he's got a first down. I think they're going to give it to him. Yeah, 1st and 10. 12:58 left. Purdy just has to not turn the ball over. He needs to not do that. 12:45 left. Purdy under center. Pitches this out to CMC. He goes forward for about a gain of 2. Hi. We're in the fourth quarter.
How much time?
12 minutes. And Purdy back to pass. Oh, that's picked off. Oh, boy. Was there a whistle blown? There's a flag. Ruling that field's an interception with the player down by contact. That's not a flag. That was just a piece of paper on the field that happened to be yellow. JD Bland says calling for Mac Jones to come in and lead them to victory, or Purdy has them in the lead in the fourth quarter. Well, Juwan Jennings threw that last touchdown, and then look at this. 2 picks by Brock Purdy today. Look, predicting stuff again. Oh, man, I don't trust Brock Purdy. Yeah. I think that's why they wouldn't let him throw the touchdown. They were like, Juwan Jennings, you throw this touchdown. Terrible. Oh, Brock. Bland Brock Purdy. Bag clip Brock Purdy. Terrible. And the Eagles have the ball at their own 38. Barkley is going to get about an 8-yard gain on this run up the middle. How can I blame Triple H for how ass this game is? Blame him and Aaron Glenn. Blame them both. Pick Purdy. Terrible, Brock Purdy. Terrible. Drives me nuts. Does not make me happy. As bland as can be. Maybe Jalen Hurts will give the ball back. Let's see. That's all you can hope for. Purdy annoys me. Yeah, me too. That was gross. Little play fake. Jalen Hurts is going to run. Get a first down. He slides. And there's a flag. They're going to... Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Unnecessary roughness on San Fran after Purdy was, I'm sorry, after Hurts was giving himself up. It was a late slide. I think that's a garbage call, by the way. That's a garbage call, but whatever. Sir Purdy the pickingest. That was a garbage call. That was a garbage call. Can't blame Aaron again. There have been interceptions. That's true. Barkley cuts back. And Philly's offense is just moving now because it looks like San Francisco's defense is just tired and dejected. All because of you know who. Man. Second and 1 coming up. And off to Barkley. He gets the first down, takes this down to the 21. 10 minutes left. Oh, boy. Poor Niners fans, man. Isaac's going to be walking the Appalachian Trail soon. 9:37 left. First and 10 from the 22. Jalen Hurts under center. Gives the ball to Barkley. He gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Loco is back. What's going on? Seems the San Francisco's woes can all be traced to one person today, and that's it. You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Great Frank Stallone. Saquon Barkley is a little shaken up now. He's got a bit of an ankle or knee problem. Walking off the field. We're going to see Tank Bigsby on the field. How's it going, Nolan? What's going on? Oh, yeah. Got hit weird. Second and 9. All San Francisco had to do is eat up the clock. Yep. What's going on, Dave Booth? Good to see you. $12 on the play clock. Saquon back to, that's not Saquon, it's Jalen Hurts. He floats this to the end zone. That is incomplete. Intended for Johan Dotson. Third and 9 coming up. Man, I'm all over the place. Hopefully it's a stinger or nothing more. Yeah. Dude says, oh man, I fell asleep. And Saquon is grabbing his helmet. Is he going to go to the blue tent? He does not look happy. He's walking gingerly on the sideline. Third and 9 coming up. 2 on the play clock. 1. Hurts gets the snap. Throws over the middle, and that's caught. Short of a first down is Will Shipley. It's about 4 yards short. Fourth and about 3 or 4. And field goal will give them a lead, so they are bringing out the field goal unit. Without the great Mac Jones, who could blame you? Yeah, Mac Jones would have made this game something special. But alas, it is not. Because his presence has been squandered by Kyle of Shanahan, Lord Kyle of Shanahan. 4th and 4, there's the snap. And Elliott puts it through, and the Eagles are in the lead, 19-17. And crazy, right? Look at that. I had the prediction just backwards. Pretty close. I'm going to have to put that up here. There's the score prediction, ladies and gentlemen. 19-17. Let me move it so you can see it, actually. Pretty crazy. AFK. FRD AFK. Bless you. I feel like this 4th quarter is going to take a while. But we're right here with the 19-17. Eagles fan, good sir. But I think what he was saying, dude, was but the great Mac Jones would have made this game unsleepable. There's no way you'd be able to sleep through this game if the great Mac Jones was out on the field. I believe that's where he was going with that. But instead, we get bland Brock Purdy and juvenile Jalen Hurts. We got to think of a better name than that. With this performance, does anyone see the winner going any farther? No. No, I don't. I do not. Can't believe the Jaguar season is over. Can't believe it. Loco says, am I the only person that likes Purdy? I don't know that we dislike Purdy. I just think we like Mac Jones better. The great Mac Jones is like a shot of caffeine into the system. Levis fumble emoji. Get me some Will Levis. Yeah. You're welcome. And here is the kickoff. 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Philly kicks this off. San Francisco's only shot might be to run one of these back. Across the 30 is San Francisco taking over about the 34. Ashley says PFA. What happened to Greg Olsen? I don't know. Jordan Davis is hurt. And stretching out his left calf. Saquon saying he's good to go. San Francisco, Denver in the Super Bowl. Oof. Man, that would be rough. Either of these teams versus Denver in the Super Bowl would be rough. Use check. That's about a 5-yard gain. Be looking at a 10-7 Super Bowl. Second and 5. Because Purdy's making the money. Did you mean you meant Purdy? You said Brady. But yeah, Purdy's the one making the money. So you got to it's a business. You just paid this guy. So, man. But without Mac Jones, they wouldn't be in this position right now. Purdy is going to run and dive forward for the first down. Gets the ball to the 44. Sean Cantrell says PFA. Greg Olson called last night's game. That was nice navigating the pocket that way. That's the one plus with Purdy is he's way more mobile than Mac Jones, but I just think Mac Jones is a better quarterback. I think he sees the field better. Purdy back to pass, gets rid of the football, and that's caught by Robinson, and they are in Eagles territory. 6:25 left. Stop celebrating. Just get back to the. I hate when they make a catch and they celebrate, especially in a situation like this. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 41. Pressure. Purdy has to throw this away. 2nd and 10 coming up. George Kittle with an Achilles. That's terrible. That's terrible. Man, feel terrible for George Kittle. Second and 10. Purdy out of the shotgun. He takes the snap. Swings this out to CMC, who's across the 30, and that is a first down to about the 29. Just keep doing that. If I'm San Francisco, I'm doing that over and over again. Just keep giving CMC the football. Keep giving CMC the football. That's it. Don't overthink it. $5.18. And they listen to me and they give CMC the ball again. He gets about a gain of 3. So we have 2nd and 7 coming up. It's going to take us under the 5-minute mark. John Lynch is out there with no tie, no gloves on. I'd be wearing gloves. I'd have a scarf on. I'd have a ski mask on. I would be freezing. James Taylor says boo. The soldier, he's over roaming around freely on Facebook now. Another blitz, and Purdy's in trouble, and he's going to get taken down on 2nd and 6. Lose about 2 yards. There's a flag. Oh, this might be on the Eagles. Holding on the Eagles. Wow. Philly gets a San Francisco gets a break. Blankenship just held Tongas. Wrapped his forearm around him. Wow, man. That was a good call by the refs. All right. New set it down for San Francisco. Getting all kinds of opportunities. 4:32 left. San Francisco has 2 timeouts left. Philadelphia has 3. Purdy 16 of 28 for 251 yards, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. Niners have only had 1 penalty for 15 yards. Eagles have had 7 for 48. And off to CMC, goes up the middle. He's got about 11 yards and another first down. We're going to have a 1st and goal from about the 9 for the Niners. This is a long 4th quarter, yeah. I agreed with the holding call. He had his arm wrapped around his waist and kind of interfered with the route. under the 4-minute mark now. Purdy working out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Throws over the middle, and that's caught by Juszczyk. What a catch. 2nd and goal from the 4 coming up. That was a beautiful catch. So San Francisco, they get in the end zone here. Obviously, they're going to go for 2. Make it a 7-point game. 2nd and goal from the 4. Purdy's out of the shotgun. CMC's behind him. Got Jennings lined up to the right. To the end zone. Oh, batted away by Cooper DeJean. And we got 3rd and goal coming up.
Hi. How much time is on?
2:59. And we still got the 2-minute warning. That means they stop the clock when it's 2 minutes to warn everybody that there's 2 minutes left. She goes, that's dumb. All right, here we go. 2:59. Give CMC the damn ball. Yeah, I would just throw a little swing pass out to him on 3rd and goal. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Purdy. Over the middle of CMC, and that's a touchdown. San Francisco takes the lead. Wow. And they're going to go for 2. They have to go for 2. 23-19. Soldier says PFA. That was nice by Brock Purdy. That was nice. He had exhibited a lot of patience, some pocket awareness. Beautiful job by Brock Purdy. Oh, and they botched the extra point. They still have to get in the end zone, though. Still a 4-point lead. I don't know why they want to go for 2 there. That doesn't make sense. I mean, you go for 2, you give yourself a 6-point lead against the team whose kicker already missed an extra point. Too much time for the Eagles to pull off some BS. I think they're going to need penalties to help them get downfield because I don't trust Jalen Hurts to, he's not one of those quarterbacks I look at and say, oh man, he's got too much time left. Flake Fellas is here, says best wildcard weekend of all time. Yeah, this is a great wildcard weekend, man. This is an insane wildcard weekend. Hell of a job by San Francisco. Beth, Texas, and CMC running Texas routes. Damn it, Aaron Glenn. Oh, Sean Cantrell knows. Sean Cantrell knows. Oh, wait a minute. Look who's here just in time for the stupid Patriots game. Glass breaks. Finally out of work. I have a warning for Rich. I will be quoting Bran all next game simply by saying Drake May in all my comments. Drake May. Well, I don't have to read those comments. So, there is that, Bubba. For Josh's feet. That's what we have to say for the Chargers. There is the kickoff, 2:54 left. The Chargers are coming out for Josh's feet. Next Sunday, 3 p.m., 6:30 p.m., Saturday, 4:30 and 8. All right. All right. Unless there is a fiver. That's true. Yeah. Unless there's a fiver, says Madison Duncan. That is the rule. If you want me to say something ridiculous, it's going to cost you at least $5. You beat me to it. We're going to be chanting that. He can come at us with all the Drake Mays he wants, but we're just going to fight him back with for Josh's feet. 2-yard gain by Saquon Barkley. I will not tolerate such disrespect when referring to the awesomeness that is the Patriots. By the way, Bubba, you got a new Patriot fan here. Big wink. So he's going to be with you walking around. Charlie Walker was here before. He got Phantom Zone, by the way. Spilled a bunch of cookies in the Phantom Zone, too, like the maniac he is. Another pass to Saquon Barkley. He gets another 2 yards. Did he get out of bounds? Yeah, he stopped the clock. 2:25. 3rd and 5 coming up. Damn Patriots. A.J. Brown, 3 catches for 25 yards in what could be his last game as a Philadelphia Eagle, which will, if they lose, it will likely be his last game as an Eagle. Blitz over the middle, and it's dropped by A.J. Brown. Oh, Nick Sirianni's going to be pissed off. Wow, right in his hands. Are you kidding me? I want to see A.J. Brown, who's been complaining all year that he doesn't get the football in big spots. Oh, this is why you don't talk. This is why you don't talk like that. Wow. Yeah, goodbye, KP, says one Eagles fan. All right, so we got 4th and 5 coming up. This could be it for the Eagles. Back to passes, Hurts. Over the middle, and that's caught by Dallas Goedert. That's a first down. Big catch by Dallas Goedert. They're going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning. And we are at the 2-minute warning. All right, 60 seconds. I'll be right back. After the 2-minute warning. What an epic game. I mean, now this has turned into an epic game. Sean Cantrell was right. In the 4th quarter, we got some good stuff happening. Dallas Goedert is a grown man. He's Captain America, by the way. Be back. All right, here we go. That did hit A.J. Brown in the hands. Yeah, he should have come down with that. He should have come down with that. You're like 3 plays ahead, says Nolan. Wait a minute. Am I? Yeah, don't spoil anything. The Broncos get the lowest remaining seed next week. The other game will be at Gillette against the highest remaining seed. Oh, thank you for that nugget, Bubba. Ugh. God help me. God help me. Dallas Goedert is a grown man. Down with Harbaugh. Oh my God. All right. So Philly is they're in San Francisco territory. That was a hell of a tackle because Dallas Goedert had a lot of room in front of him if that tackle wasn't made. So Philly has the ball at the San Francisco 45, 2 minutes left, 3 timeouts. All they need to do is play call wisely. That is it. I see what you're doing, Bubba. I'm not reading it. It is not being read.
I didn't get.
Back to pass. And wide open is Devonta Smith. He's got a first down, and the clock will stop at 1:53. Yeah, we're gonna have that question answered tonight. Were the Pats the recipients of an easy schedule, or is this really the Pats? We'll find out tonight. The Chargers might not be the best team to play against to answer that question, though, to be fair. I'll say Mike Vrabel. I like Mike Vrabel. Back to pass as Jalen Hurts throws over the middle. It's caught by Devonta Smith. And that is a first down. Jay Garza comes in with a two and says, your big bald is better than my bald head. Thank you. He comes in and tells me my bald head is awesome. I love it. What's up, Jay Garza? He's a Cowboys fan, by the way. For those of you who don't know, back to pass. Hurts is going to get taken down. 1:22 left. If he didn't get taken down, he would have had a nice gain there. Thank you for the tour, Jay Garza. Appreciate it. Clock is still running. We are at 1:12. Would I rather it was Mendoza to the Raiders? That's probably going to happen. But I already laid out the Jets' next two seasons, next two off seasons and everything. So I know it's going to happen. Hurts throws this downfield. Now we got 3rd and 11 coming up. All right, this is getting Jay Garza's at work right now. We're going to keep you updated if you can't see what's going on in the game. I'm going to keep you updated. What dark magic did I use? I'm familiar with dark magic. I can't tell you that I actually use it, though. I would never admit to that. 3rd and 11 coming up. Here is Jalen Hurts working out of the shotgun. And, wait a minute. What's this mean? I don't know. I'm just holding it for no reason whatsoever. Jalen Hurts throws over the middle, and that is batted away, almost intercepted. Are there 2 Yoriks on screen? Oh, wait a minute. What's happening here? Devonta Smith could have come down with that, but that was kind of a hospital ball. Yorick, you know what to do. Yes. What? 4th and 11. Patriots fans should not pay attention to what I'm doing right now. Oh, they're going to have to call timeout. Jets trading for Tomlin, and they will be 8-1 for 13 years in a row. You know what? I'll take it. Did we make the playoffs any of those years? Because you didn't mention postseason records. 43 seconds left. Can Jalen Hurts get 11 yards? Let's see. Yorick, the undying one. What's going on over here, though? Wait a second. How is Yorick back there, too? Is one of them a projection? Is one of them an illusion? A lot of crazy stuff going on screen right now. Back in the day, they used to play football with skulls, just so you know. Father Dismas says hello to Yorick. Soldier says, alas, poor Yorick. Here we go. This could be the season for Philadelphia. Hurts back to pass. Throws over the middle, and that is almost intercepted. It's batted away. And San Francisco should win this game. They will win this game. Wow. Wow. You know how many Eagles fans said when Mr. Demarest said the San Francisco 49ers were going to win? You know how many Eagles fans said, oh, you're crazy? You're crazy. LOL, LMFAO. Where are all the LMFAOers now? You know they were waiting. You know they were waiting to come back. Oh. I'm upset I missed the stream early because Rich must have broken a stupid Josh Allen button. I actually didn't say it a lot. I was so convinced they were going to lose that game, but I almost had the score right. Look at Robert Saleh. We never saw this much energy for Robert Saleh as a Jets head coach, but what are you going to do? The San Francisco 49ers knock off the Philadelphia Eagles. And is this the last we are going to see of Nick Sirianni as the Eagles head coach? Is this the last we are going to see of A.J. Brown on the Eagles? It could be. It could be. The Red Queen definitely wanted a sacrifice. And she got one. All right, so I'm going to be back. What time is the next stream? I got the next stream starting at 8:15, I think. Let me look. Hold on. Next stream coming up at 8:15. All right, so I will be back at 8:15. So we got about a half an hour as this game is going to close out. 3rd and 12, 37 seconds left. I will stay here with you until the close of this. Saleh is only a cheerleader. He got like this a couple of times on the Jets. Yeah, a couple of times. Remember when he got all happy with Aaron Rodgers and tried to chest bump him and Aaron Rodgers pushed him back? That was fun. That's what you want to see. Oh, and there we go. The San Francisco 49ers will advance, and the Philadelphia Eagles shall not. Who would have guessed it? Well, I guess I guessed it, didn't I? I suppose. Very interesting. Very interesting. Wait a second. Let me fix this. All right, well, I want to thank everybody for tuning into the stream. I will be back in a half hour. We're going to be doing the Patriots, the stupid Patriots, taking on the San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles. Your beard is dark magic. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I got work, so all boo the Pats. Yes. Congratulations to the San Francisco 49ers for Yorick, who helped the Niners out. Never forget. For Yorick, for CMC, for Mac Jones, who I'm sure is very happy. Belt. Oh, we forgot the belt. Hold on. That's right. How do we forget the belt? Where is the belt? I put the stupid Bills belt up. This is a little inappropriate, I guess, but why not? McCorkle is the way. Rams, Niners, Seahawks in the Final Four. I am not going to say what you have on screen, Drake. Oh my God. I almost said I'm coming out right now. Yeah. Matt called for the bell. Yeah, we got it. We got it on screen. All right. For CMC, for PFA, for Lucas and Astro, for Lorraine, for Yorick, for me, for you, not for the guy Bubba is talking about in the chat. I am Rich Jodas, Pro Football Demon. I will see you guys shortly.